talk about professional wrestling.
Nobody knows the whole story, so I'll tell you.
How about you, Jason?
Oh, this is like a murder room. This is great.
Lots of black sex magicians out there, right?
And look down like, what the fuck?
Oh, we're gonna just do it this way and nobody's gonna stop us.
I want to show that a real champion has to do things for the community, for your people, for other women, you know?
In this business, what you sell is emotions. If you manage to get people invested, you did it.
That's rehearsed videotape.
It's time for another MMMshow.
Welcome back to the MMM Show. My name is Tony Allen. You can find me at Tony ST Allen. And with me, Justin Outlaw, right here. Is it right here? Yeah?
No.
You can find him at Justin Harvey 75. Over here, Bear. You can find him at Bear Brannon. I can. And over here, some here. Yeah. Fresh out of skating at a empty pool in Venice Beach.
What?
Byron. You can find him at Byron Fever.
Why? Because
that's the look you have, my man. That's how you look right now. It's just like, you know, you were skating or like skateboarding. Yeah, skateboarding. Yeah.
I'm cool. I know how to skateboard.
Do you
Can
know
I do
how
my
to
pop
skateboard?
of the week yet? Can I do my pop of the week?
I wasn't allowed
when you have
to,
control of the show,
kid.
please. All right.
I'm just really excited about my pop of the week.
Okay, but we have to. Well, okay, fine. What is your pop of the week, my man? Why you?
We're not there yet. That's an hour and a half into the show. We do that.
Okay, I'll wait. I'm just
Thank
really
you.
excited about my pop of the week.
Right. So we have a lot to talk about.
One day, and Justin starts walking all over him. Come on, Justin. Have some manners.
He gave me the baton, but not the control.
What's the opposite of pop? I forgot. My drop of the week is Justin.
Already. See, we're not doing that. You just.
Oh, sorry.
First.
I'll hold on
made
to
it
it.
even worse. Anyways, well, thank you everybody in the lovely chat for joining us. I know it's late, and we just had an episode of Dynamite, and we're gonna go through a little bit of it because I was kind of busy. Something happened today that makes me really happy. So I was kind of busy trying to get that to happen. Anyways, how do you feel about Dynamite? Was it good? What was happening?
I enjoyed it. I was working during it, but it felt like it moved quickly, and it felt like the crowd was super, super excited. And I'm hoping, my big hope for Dynamite tonight, because they're in Sacramento, is that everyone gets to stop by all the talent and everyone after the show gets to stop by Tank House for some barbecue and beers. And some loaded tots. That's my favorite late night spot to eat in Sacramento.
Well, I only been to Sacramento like once in my life, and
It's
that
great.
was 23
They
years
have a
ago.
wrestling bar. They should all go to. I think it's called. I'll look it up. Rochambeau. It came into business after I left. I lived there for a year for work, and then the cool place opened afterwards. That's how story of my life.
CK, stop. Don't. That you're not helping here. We had a meeting about this. We had a meeting about
brilliant idea.
Cervex, you could say whatever you want.
No.
Everybody
Okay,
loves
Bear,
it.
what do you thought? What do you think?
Ooh, I feel like Homeface. If you haven't gotten it yet, you need to.
We're just gonna. This is the MMM show. Is the premier R&B shuffle back and forth show in professional wrestling.
Go
I
ahead.
thought it was pretty good. It ended on a banger. I was excited for the Swerve and Kenny match. They're obviously trying to turn Swerve a little bit. I don't think that's gonna happen. Swerve is just too cool.
You have some feelings about that, man.
I have so many feelings about this ideology, and it's really odd to me because back in the ECW days, I always thought that like a promotion that blurred the lines and didn't really have faces and heels would be awesome. But when you boiled it down at the end of the day, even the fact that everybody in ECW cheated, it still had those baby faces. You still had Mikey Whipwreck and Tommy Dreamer. You still had Shane Douglas always cheating to win. Like you still drew those lines. And like when you don't draw the lines, I think you lose the investment of the people watching. And it's not that it's not more realistic. Obviously, in real life, bad guys are not that cut and dry. We get that. But also, I'm not watching wrestling for real life. If I want that crap, I'll turn on CNN. I'll turn on Fox News. Like, I don't need that in my wrestling. Like, when I watch wrestling, I want to be like, this dude's the hero and this dude's a punk because he did this, that, and the other thing. And then it's like, and now we're turning wrestling into this thing where people are going to applaud the awful people, but not in a Stone Cold way. Because Stone Cold did the awful thing, but he said to me, if you want me to do it, if you want me to do it for the people, give me a hell yeah. That made it okay because he's doing it for us. What the hell?
Made everybody an accessory to whatever he was doing in the process.
Legal terms.
I didn't dislike it. I like seeing Swerve whoop on Kenny and do some dastardly things. But like, let's just actually make him a heel when it's going to work. But it's not going to work by him just doing some bad stuff to Kenny afterwards. Like, he should have cheated to win. He needs to like make it obvious, like steal the man's girl boyfriend person, like take something out of his locker, rib him in public in front of his mom. I don't know, like make him an actual heel. Like what?
Whose house? Anyways,
I don't know. That's just my opinion. I used to think I liked the gray areas, but now I feel like the gray areas make it not a show that's very bookable the right way. Like I don't know what I'm watching anymore. I'm just watching two great athletes.
It's tough because Kenny is probably their, I mean, right now at least, he's probably their white meat baby face. I mean, he came back from, being on the shelf for a while, and he's kind of in that like probably last little bit of what he's got left for a career coming up here, and like
I think he has. I think he has some time left. I don't think he's at the end, but I do think he can't go as often as American TV wrestling wants you to have a big match.
I think, but there's like, if it was me and I was booking, it would be the like, can Kenny still go? And like he's got to dive down in there and find it, and maybe that's what they're setting up. Obviously,
I thought that was beforehand when he kept grabbing his stomach after every move.
Yeah, but I mean, that was like, he clearly was like, oh, we can't go. But like, now it's like he can go, but can he, he's sitting at like an 8 or 9, but can he hit that 10 to like be, the belt, the belt collector obviously was like here, and I don't think he's delivering at belt collector Kenny right now. And so it's like, can he find that next notch?
That was 4 or 5 years ago, my man. So
that's I know. That's the crazy thing, though. Can we get Kenny Omega as the ROH Pure Champion, please?
I don't know.
It sounds crazy. But
you want to demote him to ROH?
But see, I don't think it's a demotion. I think it's like, what is the cool thing that we can do with Kenny that no one would expect? That will bring excitement and do something fun. Like you put him on a couple of pay-per-views. I don't like the fact that the Honor Club is kind of behind this awkward paywall thing, but like,
yeah.
That would be so much fun to me. Like, what's the thing that you haven't seen Kenny do? I've seen Kenny do what he's doing right now. And maybe that's what people want. Maybe people just want the greatest hits thing. But what is the original thing that we can do with Kenny that would just be fun? Like, can't wrestling just be fun? And don't get me wrong.
Yes, that's my pop of the week.
Overall, Dynamite, I thought, was good tonight for several reasons. But before we move on to that, I just like, can't we do something more fun with Kenny?
My thing with Kenny is I think he kind of forecasted it in a recent interview when he's talking about when he said basically we have to let the new class, we have to trust them to take over. So I mean, it's not like Swerve is entirely new class. He's a former champion at this point, but Kenny puts him over. I never expected Kenny to put Swerve over,
Right.
especially in his comeback run right now. But I think that's where he's at. I think that's the interesting thing he's doing.
At all. I mean, it doesn't hurt Kenny at all. So
yeah,
why not?
But I think that's the interesting thing that he's doing now, is he's going to be a utility player, and he's going to help the upper mid card, the upper card, get to a level where he was at.
Well, and
Right.
he can still put on good matches. You know, I mean, like, that's the thing, is like he doesn't necessarily have to win to be putting, you know, he can put on a really good match though, obviously, by tonight, you know.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I think he
that
still
means,
needs
like,
to win, but
yeah,
I
I'm
just
not
wanna
saying
do
he
the fun
doesn't.
thing with him. Like, I want to put him with Harley Cameron for a run or something as a mixed tag. Like, what is the thing that you would just never expect that would be so much fun out of Kenny Omega? Come
Get
look
him
at
the
you,
Harley
Tony.
Cameron
Tony is
rub.
like, wait a minute, I'm thinking about it.
Get it. Everyone wants the Harley Cameron rub. If you do a segment with her, you get over. Unless you're QTV.
Oh wow.
No, not that. I don't mean it like that. I mean, I was
QT
making a joke
Marshall,
about
you
how
heard that?
everyone got over doing segments with her except for QTV. I was making that joke.
Well, before we get to what I want to talk about in this Dynamite, is there anything else? Like, I saw a promo by what's his name? By Hook. And
Yes.
and what do you guys?
Did you guys like that?
Okay. I was gonna ask. Did you guys like it?
I think it's
I'm
great that he
interested.
knows how to read.
I thought it was probably his best promo he's done, even if he was reading.
It was the best one out of the three.
I mean, he had the potato chip thing for a while. That was cool.
Oh, that's right.
You know,
Look,
the potato chip is great.
Hook
Bring that back.
with Lexi Nair and the potato chip thing was actually one of my favorite things ever. And him and Lexi Nair have so much chemistry, but I don't think her 7'2" man really liked them having all that chemistry. So then they had to take science class out of the school.
Okay.
I'm curious who they're going. I mean, obviously Joe is what? He's hurt, or he's filming Twisted Metal, or what is he doing? He's not on TV for a while.
Twisted Metal, right?
Yeah. And Shibata, I guess, is back overseas. So now Hook's like recruiting. I'm curious, you know, because obviously Hobbs left.
Oh, did he? Where did he go?
Or Royce Keys.
Hobbs?
He was just on
Yeah,
he was
really
just on Stephanie McMahon's podcast, I guess. But
I hope the best for him in WWE. I really do.
Has he debuted yet? Sorry, I didn't watch Raw.
He did a dark match, I think.
But
but he has not been on TV.
No,
yet.
because that's what they do. It's like bring them in, debut them, make it huge, and then find out if they can wrestle the WWE style. Because that makes sense.
Because
But
look, it's not just AEW that does really nonsensical things. Sometimes the E does some nonsense too.
Well, especially this month, they're going to make sure he stays off of TV.
Well, I don't know. Is he going to be in WrestleMania?
He might be in a box.
He means because it's Black History Month. So,
Bear, don't be so white, man.
Sorry.
Wow, Byron said that? Jesus, what's going on with the show? I'm never going to be in church again. Anyways, anything else that caught you guys' eye?
I think there's a certain friend of the show that did some stuff tonight that I thought was pretty cool.
Yes. I have a question
his
for Tony.
name is Mike Bailey.
No. Oh, it's good. Yeah. Mark Davis had a great match.
Mark Davis had a great. Yeah.
Did he? By the way, did he gig his hand or did he actually bust his hand? Did you guys know? Because that's a weird thing if he gigged it. Okay.
I think he busted it.
I really liked Andrade's little promo thing backstage and everything that the Don Callis family brought to the backstage segment.
What is Andrade wearing? Is he British now? Like, I think he went. You know what? He went to Europe.
He did.
Couple of weeks.
Yeah,
it was cold.
He was cold over there. I guess
he has the same suitcase.
Yeah, he
got
a couple
little
of
Metro.
clothes at
But he hasn't gotten home
Glasgow.
yet. Probably he has
Well,
the same
I
clothes he's
do.
walking around Scotland with, or wherever he was.
I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but like, so Andrade totally boxes Clone out of the shot. And the Clone is like walking behind him and just like pacing around, trying to find a way, trying to figure out how to get back into the shot until finally they widen out, and he's just standing there like, man.
I do appreciate. I like the promos with them just beating the shit out of guys in the background. I do enjoy that. That like you said, you're not the biggest Josh Alexander promo guy, but at least they're giving you something else to watch in the background.
I like those
Hello.
promos, but when I
Yes,
see it, I
Michael
wish someone else was doing it. That's my thing.
No,
But-
realistically speaking, though, of course, we're talking about a former AEW female champ that got some amazing promo time, and it was really great to see.
Thunder Rosa is back.
Chris
That's what we're
Statlander.
talking about,
Oh,
people.
What? Thunder Rosa's back? I was talking about Chris
Thunder Rosa
Statlander.
is back. Oh, you're talking about the Statlander? Who? She's gonna be back later.
Fat
She
Daddy.
couldn't wrestle. She cannot wrestle, so Thunder had to come here and challenge some people that think they're spiders or whatever. No, I
As
think
Trick
it was.
would say, let's talk about it. Let's talk about
Yeah,
it.
let's talk about it. Yes. Great promo. People popped in Spanish because they were in Spanish speaking country.
Can I ask you?
That's a really good
Can I
idea.
ask you?
To write in some
you
Spanish
ask?
for her promo.
No, I love the Spanish promo, and she's great at Spanish promos. Just like when Penta was doing Spanish promos at Lucha Underground, and everyone was popping for it, even people like me who don't understand Spanish when spoken fluently. Like if you slowed it down and only did 1 or 2 syllables, I could maybe keep up. But when someone like that delivers a convincing promo, you know what they mean. But I do have a question for you, Tony, about the specifics. I remember something about Tu Madre, which I understand, but I would like to
Your
understand the
mother or my
part
mother?
before that. No, the words, the promo.
He said what she said was, Tecla, I know that you speak Spanish, so I'm speaking directly to you. And then she said, I'm gonna beat we're gonna get demonetized. And we're gonna beat the shit out of you, but in Spanish it will be te voy a partir la madre, which is I'm gonna break your mother in half, which in Spanish means I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. Yeah, beautiful verbiage going on over there.
I'm
What a
gonna
beautiful
break your
language.
mother in half. I've said that a few times.
Yeah, te voy a partir tu madre. It's just
I've said that to Byron before.
It was
why
a
would
different
you?
context.
Wow, that's our fighting words, brother. Why would you say that?
I mean, I was trying to fight him across
But
the
what I
board.
think-
What's up?
What I think is gonna get people, especially in Mexico, going is that at the end she says, "A mí me gustan las tóxicas," which means that I like the toxic ones.
Right.
So
That
was a toxic
that's
story.
gonna
I like that.
yeah.
You got to be careful saying toxic stuff though, because one of them cake having sisters might show up and
I think that's a cross promotion thing we cannot do. But I
right,
would love
that's
to
not
see
gonna
it,
happen.
though.
We're not going through that forbidden door. Okay. So, but
don't
let me
think
say
so, man.
this. So all kidding aside, we were speculating earlier, and we did not know. We had no idea what Thunder was going to be getting into when she went to work today. So we were all speculating. All that we knew was Thunder was going to work, right?
Yeah,
But
that's right.
we kind of anticipated some of this, and some of it, and the reason why I'm saying this is because I like it. It makes sense. It makes sense because you look at where Tony and Mina Shirakawa are storyline wise, and you look around with what just happened with Tekla and Chris Statlander, and we kind of guessed it right off the bat of like, yeah, it makes sense to bring Thunder in and put her in that feud, a little bit, because she's Stat's last friend. You can't really do it with Willow right now. Willow's got other responsibilities to the company, and she's the face of a
5
different
belts or something.
thing. So it wouldn't
Yeah.
make sense to bring her into this right now. And with Thunder coming back, and and for those who don't know, Thunder and Tekla, Thunder's been wanting to wrestle Tekla. She's been wanting to do a little bit of that Japanese thing that she did way back in the day. If you don't know that, Thunder trained in Japan and wrestled in Japan a long time ago.
Mhm.
Was
met
a champion in
girls-
Japan too.
She's
Yeah,
champion in
when they were coming
TJPW.
up.
Yeah.
So-
Tokyo Yoshi Pro.
She knows what Tekla's all about, and it just it made sense. And you've watched this show before. You know that our biggest pet peeve is we hate it when things don't make sense. This makes sense. Now, of course, we want to see Thunder totally squash everyone and take the belt and stand on top of all of their heads. And like, I don't know if we're going to get what we want out of it, but at the very least, make it make sense. This so far makes sense. I like where they're going. And I felt that way about the whole show. I like what they did with MJF and Hangman. I'm not thrilled that we're seeing it again at Revolution, but
what about the Cody clause?
Okay, well, that's where I was getting to. Like, everything makes sense. Even putting the Cody clause in that match to drum up some heat makes sense. However, the Cody clause was a complete fail for AEW systematically, story-wise. So why would you put that in?
They lost Cody out of it.
Yeah, you can't. It was Cody's own damn fault. But like,
of course,
you can't. You can always write yourself out of it. And if they do this to Hangman for some reason, I hope they already have a plan to write him out of that at some point. Not because I necessarily care to see Hangman as the champion ever again. I'm actually fine with him not being the champion again, and I think he can serve the company great without doing it. But at the same time, that's stupid and short-sighted, because what if all of a sudden he is the next biggest thing and he is the guy that you need to put the belt on? Then you should always have that option, which means you should be prepared to write your way out of it. And there's nothing wrong with that.
I would hope that after the original Cody clause that they've had enough time to figure it out, because they clearly didn't know what the hell to do with it last time. And so
I think what got in the way last time. I think Cody got in the way last time because Cody, he's a great guy and he's smart, enthusiastic. He's not trying to do bad stuff, but also he's one of those guys creatively that he's like a wrestler, and you need the promoter or the writer to edit and to tell the wrestler what to do. And Cody had this idea based on his personal thing with his dad getting flack for being the boss and making himself champ. And he's like, I don't want that kind of heat. You know what? You do want that kind of heat, because that means you're the boss, you're successful business-wise, and you're successful as a wrestler because you're the champ putting this, people in the seats and selling tickets. Like,
it also
you do want that.
How to make good with people behind the scenes that resented it. And actually is one of the reasons why he's so beloved now, because behind the scenes, he had to justify putting himself over all the time and had to make friends and make nice with people in the back and do good deals and make sure people got more money than him at times. Like, he paid a price for it, but it helped his credibility. But I've also heard Cody say that he imagined it would be like Steve Austin after the knees. The problem was, even when Steve was just in these specialty matches and we knew Steve wasn't going for the belt or whatever, but he was still drawing numbers for pay-per-views, we always had the hope in our hearts that he could still be the champion. That part of what gave him credibility in the specialty match was that maybe you do see him back at the top of the card at some point. And Cody took that away from us like a dummy.
And I think that's a big part of why the fans wanted to see Cody turn heel, because if he did, that would be a good way to get him back to that point.
Or he could break his
He was heel. He's admitted. Like, the end of his run, like the year and a half, he was heel. He admitted that.
Because that was the only place left to go at that point.
Yeah. But what that did for Cody was
back at him on the middle of matches.
And Brandy was clearly heel.
Brandy was, she was put in spots she shouldn't have been put in. And obviously, fans didn't think she was doing a good job because she was put in spots that she wasn't going to do a good job at, considering the alternatives that could have been in those spots. It was,
but he was like heel in the same way that like Cena was heel for a while, like where like there was a subset of fans that like just did not like the gimmick.
You don't mean this last
like at
ECW? No.
Like
when he was their white hot baby face, but he kept doing the Super Cena thing, and there was a subset. Like, to be fair, like Super Cena was like a face, but there was always going to be a large portion of the audience that definitely saw him as a heel because they hated him.
You got tired. You got tired of him getting beat up by Randy Orton for 15 minutes, and he does 2 moves and wins.
And so, like, there was a time where I considered Cena a heel. He wasn't. He was a heel in the context of modern day things where heels are cool. Like Cena
Yeah.
was like a non-cool heel, but playing a baby face for a while.
But
And
like
then
Cody
I feel
would
like,
throw his weight belt in the crowd and they'd throw it back at him.
yeah, but he played that same. He pretty much is the same. That gimmick is pretty much the same gimmick that he took to WWE. They just accepted him and that gimmick more, you know. But it's kind of reminded me similar of like the Cena thing, where it was like the crowd really didn't like him, and he was playing the same character. And it's not so much that he changed the character; the crowd just decided that they were.
Well, you get tired. You get tired of
just
it. You get
don't
tired
know.
of the
To me, all signs point to MJF has got to make another movie. It's the only long-term booking that actually happens in AEW. The only thing that Tony Khan plans around is he's been given MJF's movie schedule for 2 years and out.
Hey,
and then he has to basically book around that and Samoa Joe's schedules. And those are the only like two things that you know are going to happen in AEW, which is maybe why Hangman dropped the belt so easily in the first place, because maybe they knew this cycle needed to play out this way, that Joe had to come back, get a little bit of a rub, and the quickest way to do that is put him in the title picture. Then MJF was only going to be back for a limited amount of time. And I don't know this for a fact. I don't know if anyone does. MJF's schedule is very, very hush-hush on purpose because of things like this, because if the world at large knows that MJF has to go off and make Happy Gilmore 27 or whatever, then it is going to ruin the surprise of things like this. But we saw this at Revolution last year, right? Do we really want to see MJF lose to Hangman again?
I think they're going to do what's called Waterboy 2. That's what's coming up. So yeah.
And I don't know. Just going back to the Thunder thing with the Spanish promo, I gotta say, I've been seeing it a lot. I love it. I love Steph Vicare's promo last week, where she's half in Spanish, half in English. Like, this is the way it always should have been. We've been saying this for a long time, that Penta should have been allowed to do this in AEW year 3, especially. That would have been so fire, because he even back then, like, his English is a lot better now, but even back then, his charisma, people just don't understand. His charisma is so good when he cuts promos. He understands the art of it, regardless of the words. He knows the emotions. He knows the flow, the pacing. And even in English, like even in broken, poor English or whatever, it's great. It's great. You got to use that from these people. Like, are you going to see Thunder do her thing and be as passionate as she actually is and not believe in it? Are you going to hear Steph Vicare talk about her home and how she starved on the street to get to where she is in wrestling and not believe it just because it's in Spanish? Like,
well,
are you
to be fair, in WWE especially, it drives me nuts because your entire freaking company name is
I
World
said, stop
Wrestling.
being so white. Let people speak Spanish.
No, I'm saying in World Wrestling Entertainment, where you have World Wrestling in the title, you should be able to speak whatever the hell language that you feel the most comfortable.
Now. They're getting to it
I
now.
know.
They don't translate EO and Asuka, and like they just let them actually speak Japanese now without it being a gimmick, without it being a joke.
I gotta say that, I mean, for what it's worth, I would like to thank the crowd, because they did their part. They popped when she came out. They popped when the first words in Spanish she said, and then they pop again in the closing that she said. She used Spanish again. That was perfect. But again, I gotta say, that was calculated. We knew exactly when we wanted that to happen, and it did. So, I mean, the reward of that behind the scenes, you have no idea how it feels. Well, Justin does, but it just how you feel. Like, okay, I'm gonna make them pop when she says this word, and then when she says this word, and it happened. And it is the charisma that Thunder has. It is the passion that she brings when she's speaking, that it doesn't even matter if it's English or Spanish. You get it, but the passion goes up when she uses Spanish, because there are certain ways to insult people in your native tongue that does not translate into English, because for that, as much as I love the English language, it is very limited of what you can say. It's always F this and F that and mother F, and in other languages you can just like I'm not even going to get started on French.
Byron I was going to break his mother in half in English before.
You don't even know my mother.
Poetry.
See, it doesn't work, because in Spanish somebody will answer you immediately, "Chingas la tuya." You know what I mean? Like it will go. It doesn't. Yeah, it just doesn't have the same ring. Anyways, it was a great segment, a great promo. And for people that will go to Oceanside this Saturday, they will get to see a great match. So I will say, all the people, go and get your tickets at AEW.
Wait, Oceanside, as in San Diego?
Yes, in San Diego, yes.
As in where all the military guys are?
Yes. As in,
well, maybe.
you know, like
they
an
might
hour
be
from Tijuana.
Heading somewhere else.
Gotcha. That's
All right. Anything else from so we can talk about what the title of the show is?
Let's do it.
Well,
right.
I got one that actually fits into the title of the
Go
show. That's still AEW, but I kind of feel like I want to see more from Beast Mortos, just in general. I feel like they've super underutilized
if you ever get in a
him.
car accident, no kidding.
Yeah, right. And actually, that, to be fair, is like such like a. If they ever want to turn him face, man, like Beast Mortos, Attorney at Law, kind of like a play on like the attorney.
I miss Lucha Underground because that would have happened so long ago.
Because like having him and Mark Sterling,
he would have been doing commercials with Super B.
He would have been.
I just want to see him with like a law book.
Famous B.
I want to see him with like a briefcase.
Yeah,
and like there's just so much like. He's great in the ring. He's got amazing look. He's a freaking lawyer. There's just so much that you could do with him creatively. And
you could
great? Do like a totally comedy bit act with him where he's a lawyer.
He's Saul if it was on Lucha Underground.
Yeah, he could slam someone through a table and then give them his card afterwards and say the arena is negligent because their tables are faulty.
Right. Yes,
any of that. I saw it.
It writes itself.
Like the next time, like MJF needs a lawyer, I just want them to bring or like. Mercedes, you know, because they're obviously dating, you know, just like
what?
No.
Well, yes, but I mean, like, you know, have him be her lawyer. I mean, there's just so much potential there, and I just feel like they're not doing much with him. Like, and he
is officially the most underrated wrestler according to F4W on what?
Well, that's one of the ones I agree with. Then,
yeah.
You know.
Because everything that comes out of the Meltzer camp these days is absolutely true.
Well, that one is true. He might be the most underrated wrestler.
He is. That's actually the only. He's the only one on that list I agree with because everyone else, I'm like, no, they're rated exactly where they are at. Like people say exactly the right things about everyone else on the list. Mortos has been the best face in Lucha Libre for the last 4 years and does not get enough credit for it.
That is true. That is true. Did you saw that I sent you guys a CMLL promo of one of the dinosaurs speaking?
Yeah.
Sort of like that will be kind of a thing that we can do over here too. Anyways, so in this segment that I like to call, or Bear would like to call, things that Vince McMahon used to do. What will Vince McMahon do? I think that will be.
What would Vince do?
What will Vince do? So. This happened on Monday. I did not watch.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get another gookly whatever gooker? What was the name?
Gobbledygooker with the egg. Oh my god, that would no.
I think so. Is this where this is going? I mean, what is even the point of this?
This really is something that Vince did several times. He did the "What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box? Who's under the mask? There's so many questions that need to be answered in WWE right now.
Wait, is everything so low and low hanging that is this where we're at WWE Creative? Of course, you got your promos, good promos like Stephanie's, which we'll talk about a little bit of something that happened there that we need to talk about. But is this where we're at right now? Is this the way to sell tickets to WrestleMania and what's the name of the thing? It is, Byron? You think this is the way
to sell
WWE
thing? It's like when Vince was like, we need ratings. I'm gonna have a bejeweled egg. And that's gonna be the angle for the next month and a half.
If they were really trying to sell it for WrestleMania, it would open at WrestleMania. Though. It's opening sometime in February. Like, you know.
Well, maybe it will open and then it will be an egg.
What if it is what if it's a box inside of a box and they just keep playing that off? Yeah, the Russian. That would
be the box inside has a different date on it.
Yes. And eventually it's just WrestleMania. I would be intrigued by that. That would be creative.
Can I tell you what I really want to be in the box?
Well, I don't know if it will be creative, but it will get people talking, definitely.
I want Mickie James to be in the box and to come out and wrestle Jade Cargill and actually teach her how to wrestle in one match. Because Mickie James can do it.
There's no holes in the box.
Oh,
I get
we
it.
don't know. We can't see the top of it.
Yeah,
It's too
exactly.
tall.
You don't know. You don't know what's behind it. You just saw the date. And
Well, can I say something here? Isn't Chris
Yes.
Jericho's last European date on the 26th of February? And that box
I
says
heard-
to open
Not
on the
Chris
28th
Jericho.
of February.
Didn't
I don't
we
think
just-
anyone knows what his deal is. I
Didn't
saw
we
rumors
report
saying
that
it's
he's locked still with AEW?
because he went on break for the band stuff, so then they freeze the contract.
But,
Yes.
but that one guy had the clipboard. That one guy had the clipboard. You know, the list of Jericho's clipboard. I mean, there's all
Maybe
the
that's what's in
signs.
the box. Maybe it's just the list and they'll teach it. Or maybe it's the countdown clock to WrestleMania.
What is this? A Taylor Swift album drop? I mean,
I saw a lot
It's
of
a
people
Fuzzy
on
album drop.
oh god.
I saw a lot of people on the social media hoping that it was Jericho in the box, and also hoping there were no holes or air vents in the
Because
box.
he will be a dick in the box. Nah, I'm kidding. I don't know.
That's my in a box.
Maybe it's
Uh,
Royce Keys is in the box, and they're going to redebut him.
Here's the thing, though. This dumb crap works. It does. On casual fans, it totally works because it's TV 101. It gets you to ask what is going to happen next. And it's one of the fundamental things that AEW misses out on. Like, as much as we love Thunder's promo today, there's no mystery there. What's going to be next is she's going to wrestle Tekla, and Chris Statlander is going to try to heal up, and then she's going to try to wrestle Tekla. And everyone's going to try to wrestle Tekla to get the belt, and we're going to have banger 5-star matches. But that isn't mystery. That isn't drama. That's just
Episodic
tension and
television.
resolution. It's missing certain fundamental steps of storytelling. Now, I'm not saying this isn't low-hanging fruit. I'm not saying this isn't, a book that should be in the kids section of the library. But at the same time, it is actually A to B to C storytelling, which AEW misses out on a lot of times. Like, there's some logical progression here. You're building interest in the audience, and then you'll give a payoff. Whether or not the payoff's good doesn't matter. But we've got a masked man, and we've got a box that says don't open until we're in Chicago. And then he sent it over to, which I thought was funny too, like Pierce sent it over to Nick Aldis, like,
That was
just
funny.
addressed to WWE, not addressed to me. So send it to Nick, whatever.
Is
There's
the guy
somebody that
still
was
wearing a
online.
mask?
Yes, yes. One of the things that I read online with the box that would be funny is then if Nick Aldis sends it to NXT and then eventually it gets sent down to AAA. And then-
I think what it really is going to be is the corpse of Rey Mysterio from when he jumped off of Titan Tower, and then we find out the current Rey Mysterio is just a clone.
It's the same guy who was Ultimate Warrior 2, but now he's
Right.
old and shorter and smaller.
It's the third Undertaker.
Well, I don't think it's
Third
gonna be
the second Kane.
It's like
I don't
some
think it's
PA
gonna be-
in
yeah.
WWE headquarters.
because AAA has a show the same day that the Elimination Chamber is happening here in Monterrey, which lets me to believe there will be no El Grande Americanos showing up, or maybe they will because they only have like 4 matches. So
You know what they should have done with that box is just put it in one of the chambers.
That's
Yeah.
the,
hey, you know what? That might still happen.
component.
Like the box is in the chamber, and then that's when they open.
Okay,
it. It
but
gets a
speaking of the
double open.
chamber, let's talk about it, as Trick would say. Javon Evans is going into the chamber. What is up, young blood?
Nice.
Let's go. Who thought that was going to happen? Nobody. Is he the perfect guy to put in the chamber? Hell yes, because he's going to do some bouncy off the top of that.
He's gonna do
Tell
some-
me you
yeah.
don't want to see that. That actually makes me want to watch Elimination Chamber. They did
Yeah.
something unexpected. They did what we said was good about AEW last week. I did not expect Javon to get that win. He's the new guy. He's been off of NXT for 34 seconds, and now he is in a headlining pay-per-view match on WWE, and he is the perfect guy to be in there. It's amazing. And I just hope they give him some people that can work with that style. But I was stoked. I was like, this. I'm all for this. Let's go. Let's do this.
Anything else from Raw that you guys want to comment about?
Did it make you want to pay more money for WrestleMania yet? Has anything that WWE has done this week made you want to spend more money on WrestleMania?
Well, I guess no one, because they put 25% off on tickets already. So what does that tell us about when the date actually comes?
We said it last week, bro. And then 2 days later, 25% off on Valentine's Day.
The next day after we mention it, that's exactly what happened. Like they're like, oh yeah, nobody's coming, so I guess we gotta put something here. I mean, at this pace, they're gonna be 75% off. That's what you said, right, Justin? I don't know, guys. It's looking
maybe they'll bring back friends and family comps just to fill the place up.
How big is that? Where is it? I don't even know where it is.
Las Vegas.
So was it a bad, like what I was thinking back then when they announced they were gonna change back to Las Vegas? That was the bad decision. It's not about the booking and all this stuff. That just comes out of that, because people will go just because of the experience. But if they have gone to the same place twice, especially right now that there's nobody in Las Vegas as far as I know.
Yeah,
I have friends that work there, and they're even having hard time cutting people's hairs and stuff like that. So
we can't say it was a bad decision overall, because we don't know entirely what they got out of it from the city of Las Vegas.
That's a great gig, Rebecca. Like, I will take that deal.
There was a very large incentive for them, because not only did they go back to the city the second time in a row, they had already publicly announced New Orleans. Right. And New Orleans is a big money-making city for WWE. And for them to do that and to risk pissing off New Orleans to take it away from them after it was publicly announced, there had to be some pretty heavy incentives and reasons for the WWE to do it. And all of the business side of it's not clear. There might have been some package deals with UFC and TKO. There might have been some big kickbacks. They might be very easily making a considerably larger amount of money by having done this. And I'm not saying that makes it the right decision. I'm just saying there had to have been certain factors that we are not clearly aware of for them to do something like that, because otherwise it made no sense. Something had to, at least that day, have made it make a lot of sense, because they went really far out of their way for this. This was not an easy call or decision, and they had already made a different decision.
Usually when this happens, like, well, just to mention an event that happened like that, there was supposed to be a Chiefs Rams game in Mexico City. I think it was back into 2019, 2021, something like that. I forget exactly. They canceled it, but the reason why they canceled it was because the turf was not good enough. So of course they threw the city under the bus, right? They threw the stadium under the bus, but I did not even see that happening here. It was not like the stadium wasn't going to be ready. Well, okay, go ahead.
I was going to say, I don't know how you could do that though. I mean, like, there was so much time between when they said, I don't know you throw the city or the stadium under the bus, because when they announced it going from New Orleans to Vegas, there was plenty of time to fix any problems that could have been related to any of those things. Is what I don't know. I guess because how long before WrestleMania did they take it from New Orleans? Justin, I think you're muted, by the way, bud.
He's talking to somebody else right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Is it Tony is going to be at Allegiant Stadium, aka Roomba Stadium? Oh, you mean Arrowhead West? That's what we call it, because we always win there. Anyways, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just
I mean, it felt like to me that it was like a TKO thing, because TKO loves Vegas. That's their like home turf. That's like I don't know.
Wasn't AEW's turf? I mean, didn't they do all these shows in Double or Nothing? I mean, it was like most of the shows were Las Vegas themed. Like that was the you had the stack of chips and stuff like that, and then they're like, nope, it's us now.
Well, TKO is so prior to AEW. WWE was bought by TKO after AEW debuted, and TKO is huge in Vegas. Like that's like their, I don't know, it's like their Mecca or whatever, UFC Mecca.
UFC,
you know, yeah,
Mecca. It is a normal thing to say. Don't worry, you're gonna be okay.
But it is. I mean, like that's where they're based out of. I have a lot of friends in Vegas that work for UFC. You know, a lot of their shows, a lot of their stuff is based out of Vegas. I don't know if they wanted to play it close to home or whatever. I don't know if TKO has some deal with Vegas because they're tied into Vegas, you know, so heavily. Like you talked about, like, well, maybe the, you know, WWE got some really great deal from Vegas, and it's like, you know, TKO is so heavily locked into that city. But you know, I wouldn't be surprised.
Didn't they do something like last year? Like they had UFC fight night before WrestleMania, so they did like it was actually like a 5-day show that they were in the city, right? I don't remember something like this. I mean, so it like economically, if they rent one space for all the, you know, for all these events, and you know, they make a killing at the end of it. Even if they don't sell out, they will. It will just not be a lot of money. I mean, they will sell every ticket.
It was short-sighted
at the price.
And this is the problem. You've got like these guys who are looking at it like UFC, but it's not. It is a different type of fan base. You have to think about the people that plan to go to WrestleMania. They make their plans really far in advance. And yeah, you might be traveling with your guy buddies and whatnot, and those are probably still the people that are still going, that Vegas is fun for. But is Vegas fun when you're taking the whole family? You know, and especially last year, it was on freaking Easter. Like, I do Vegas on Easter, and then this year, it's not on Easter, but at the same time, it's around that time of year, and like families going back to Vegas the second year in a row. If they went last year, and they probably realized, like, oh shit, my kids can't even walk through half of this hotel.
Well, it's not even just they can't go out through
that beach party. Look at how those girls are dressed. Like, it is not a family.
No,
fun
but hold
city.
on.
It's not Branson, Missouri.
The people that go to this thing, do you go with your family? I mean, like WrestleMania.
But it's you have to be with them for that weekend for Easter.
Well, how many people are going with? I mean, how many people can afford to bring their family to WrestleMania? Right?
But
I mean,
who in America can afford to do that?
Is what I'm saying.
These are not the Greenswolds, right?
In this economy,
I think it might be they might be trying to target that UFC. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble for this. That UFC audience of people who what is it? Who aren't allowed to be around their family anymore. So they have all that discretionary funds and time.
They had to be in a list, you mean, of like disclosing it to their neighbors?
Listen, I trust Byron with all things Megan's Law. I completely follow whatever he says.
I don't have to keep up with it. I
thought we were talking about
I mean, like their families left them because they're pieces of shit.
I'm not going to WrestleMania this year. I am one of
No, he said because you mentioned that you cannot walk through these hotels with your family. So
no, Justin, I'm not talking about you. Your family didn't leave you. They hunted you down and found you.
Well, what I'm saying is that when you go to Las Vegas with kids, which I have done before, it sucks. They're not allowed on certain parts of the carpet that are considered the gambling zones.
And, well, not just that, like walking through Fremont Street, man. I got like put up there for like a couple weeks, and like I was just like, this is like not like a place I'd want to bring kids. And then there's like kids out there on Fremont Street like performing on a school night at like 11, and I'm like, what is this fucking place, man?
What is the family hotel? Circus? Like where do you go with your kids? Like we stayed out at Red Rock, which was great because it has like a shopping mall and a regular arcade and whatever. But you have to walk through the casino to get there. But that was decent. And we went to the M&M store and whatnot. But like, It took a lot of hard work and thinking to do family stuff in Las Vegas. It is not the city for it, man.
But again, is
And
a WrestleMania in Las Vegas a family-oriented event? Like, is it like, yes, I get the part that we're gonna get Mr. Iwana and we're gonna get La Parca on TV.
Right.
I get that part, but I don't think that the people I don't think that we are focusing on the family-oriented product.
But it used to be. How do you think
Well,
they
we don't have Cena anymore.
I mean, but what was the whole point of TV PG then? I mean, like the whole point is like that's where the money is. That's where the money is. That's what I've been told about WWE for years, is that the money is in the families, the money is in the merchandising, and the people that buy that are kids.
And that's what
here's the
advertising too.
The deal with that is it's merchandising, not so much like the people who buy it, but they get the merchandising deal, and they get the deal with like the military to do their shows, and they get a bunch of money for that because they're PG. You know, they get those deals where money comes to them from not fans.
And Paramount is already having this problem with UFC of selling ads at the rates that they want to the very commercial upper level companies because they don't want to buy ads during UFC. It was fine for ESPN on a completely sports network, but if you look at the programming on Paramount's network, it's for old people and sci-fi fans and families. And the blood and guts and the violence and the cursing.
I don't want to see the blood.
UFC is not is TVMA, I think, because cursing slides through and all sorts of stuff because it's live. So it is an issue. And Nick Khan, when he was brought into WWE, was given carte blanche by Vince McMahon for the purpose of making the company more saleable. And part of that process was doing the TV PG thing. He said, I know you hate it. I know you want to be more cutting edge, but you can't sell your ads the right way. It's crazy. If you go back and look at the Monday Night Wars, those two shows both were getting some of the most astronomically high ratings anyone could have imagined. And yet they were making less money than regular 1 hour programs on the Sci-Fi Network that were getting maybe an eighth of the ratings. But on Sci-Fi Network, they knew what their target audience were. They were package selling to 18 to 49-year-old white men in an upper middle class demographic that bought cars, that bought high-end stuff, real estate, vacation packages. So you're getting Marriott, you're getting Mercedes, you're getting these real companies that are advertising and paying high dollars. And people didn't understand, what was wrestling getting? Fucking corn chips at best?
Stacker two.
Right. They were getting the lower dregs of advertising, and they weren't willing to pay the same amount of money. People forget ratings exist for one reason and one reason only. It isn't to tell us how many people are watching the show. It isn't to gauge how good the show is. It is to figure out what the price of the advertisement that is sold during the show should be. That is the only reason that ratings exist. It's purely to understand the price in the marketplace so you can go to upfronts the next year and pre-sell your ads. That's why Nielsen's exist, period. It is not the way that we use it to tell us if something was good or bad. That's not why it was created.
That's not how it works at all. Like, you can have great ratings and be a shit show.
And this is why I keep telling everybody that these ratings for AEW don't matter, because Warner Brothers has specifically said if that show stays above 500 and we keep getting the ad revenue that we're getting, that show stays on this network, because they're already charging more for ads than they ever expected they'd be able to with AEW programming. And people do not understand this. It's very
they
simple.
don't understand the business of it, where it's like, you know, how much does this cost to make the show, right? How much money are you racking in with advertising? It doesn't, like, and to be honest, the ratings is so screwy nowadays because you have so many viewerships going across cable, streaming, everything. There's so much more competition for ratings. It's like, you know, is the show profitable? Are they making money? And is it a low enough cost that we can produce it cheaply? And wrestling, let's be honest, comparative to a lot of like narrative shows, is cheaper than, you know, like,
the cost of producing AEW has never gone up since they've started, because Tony Khan has eaten most of that cost, and the price that they are selling the advertisements for has continued to steadily increase without them having to spend more money. So literally, it doesn't matter if that show's getting a million people watching it or 500,000 people watching it, as long as Warner Brothers can turn around and say, hey, BMW, pay us $60,000 for this 20-second ad, then that's all that matters.
That's all they care.
That's all that anybody cares about at the end of the day.
Also,
now you want the prestige because prestige helps ad prices. You don't want people to think that it's schlock TV or whatever. Like, the image does matter, but it only matters in so much as eventually companies will get hip to the fact that there's an IWC out there that's shitting on stuff, and then companies might not want to keep paying the money. But as long as they keep paying the money, who cares?
That's
well, and like, the thing about AEW that's interesting is that I see it all the time. It's like, well, they're not growing with the casuals. They're not growing with the casuals. But what AEW does have is a built-in fan base that is extremely passionate. They will buy the stuff. They will tune in. They will do it. And there is a core group of sickos that are going to be there week in, week out that you can count on. And not every...
It'll be really interesting, to your point, the next generation of fans, because WWE has been such a family, such a generational fandom, and they're beginning to push them out because, like you were saying before, you can't afford to bring your kids to a WWE show anymore.
Well, WWE is getting it wrong though, because they are doing they're breaking the cardinal rule, which is their partners aren't happy. ESPN is not happy with this deal. Maybe Netflix is. Netflix is probably getting what they want out of it, but ESPN isn't. And what does that do to the wrestling business model if all of a sudden your pay-per-view PLE thing, the thing that as fans we've all learned drives the storytelling, if that one piece of the puzzle becomes weakened and dilapidated, I mean, ESPN's own writers are giving pay-per-views on their system C-minuses.
Well, here's what happened with that. Immediately, the quality of those shows started to go down. Second, the value of what you get for those shows went down. They touted, oh, we're only going to put 5 matches on a pay-per-view. That way you don't get tired. Okay, that's great. But I want my money to have value that I spend. So give me, if I'm tired, and I pay for it, I'll watch the second half tomorrow or whatever. Don't give me something that's about the same or worse than your weekly show for $30. Also, the value is already established as $9.99 a month for the network, which the WWE network was amazing. It's sad that it's gone. And then it went to something else, Paramount, or it went to Peacock for the same price.
Yeah.
Right. Or you could pay a little bit more for no ads.
And you would get the whole thing.
You could pay less. If you wanted ads, you could either pay less than the $9.99 and get ads and all this other content, or you could do what I did, which is I stayed at the $9.99, and then I got everything ad-free plus all this extra universal content.
It was an incredible value, incredible deal, and you didn't feel like you were spending a ton of money because you bought a streamer, and then you just got to watch the monthly or whatever bi-monthly WWE pay-per-view show. Right. But on top of that, there's what is it? Oh man, I'm too upset. Oh, also, as soon as the deal happened, and they're like, "Oh, all these things making me upset." They're like, everyone's saying, "Why would I pay so much more for the same thing? Why?" And you get less. You don't even get the whole Peacock network.
But
for
isn't
it.
so?
But Stephanie McMahon came out and said, "Just get a VPN, guys. It's fine."
Yes. It's fine.
It's like, oh, you're screwing over your business partner 5 different ways. Of course, they're not happy. They're not good. They didn't get increased VPNs and whatever. Everyone else made money.
I did exactly this for my Cleveland Browns. I just listened to games on XM. I'm not getting the Sunday ticket.
Yeah, well, would you want to watch those guys play? Anyways.
That baseball thing.
But I guess it makes it easier when your team is the Browns.
But the thing is, Barry, I know you have something to say, but
no, it's all good.
You guys think that WWE or TKO is now thinking we have the brand name, We have the Royal Rumble brand name. We have the WrestleMania brand name. We have these pay-per-views that we have established. So now we're only making 4 matches because we don't have to worry about people watching. And I know this is the wrong approach, but you think that's the mentality here? Or, I mean,
this is going to kind of segue in what I was going to say. If you have 5 matches, they better be fucking good, you know? And I'm looking at the pay-per-view right now, and you have CM Punk versus Finn Balor, which I think, like we've mentioned on the show before, we're pretty sure who's coming out of that match. You know, it could be a good match, but, you know, there's no way Finn Balor's coming out of that, you know? You have this Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee match, and from everything that I've kind of seen and heard on it, it's been kind of underperforming, you know, in terms of like people really wanted AJ Lee back, but now they're kind of like, she was kind of a big fish in a small pond during her era, you know? And then you have the 2 elimination.
Chicago, though.
Yeah. But like that's fine. For your live show, it's going to be a pop in Chicago. CM Punk's going to pop in Chicago. But we're talking about pay-per-view buys. I don't care if somebody's popping in Chicago, you know. And then you have your 2 elimination chamber matches. And right now you have 4 matches. That's all. They might add a 5th match, but you have 4 matches. You know, you have 4 matches for this pay-per-view, and then you know you were saying, I wonder who Javon Evans is there. You know, right now it's Randy Orton, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, and then 2 TBD in that one. And, you know, in the women's side, it's Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexis Bliss, and Asuka. And it's just like, I don't know. I mean, those elimination chamber matches better be really good, because if you're only going to do 4 matches or 5 matches, then every one of those matches better have a really fantastic story. And every one of those matches better deliver, because you have no room for error. You know, if one of those matches sucks, that's 20% of your card, you know?
I think to your point, as a company, AEW celebrates their fans and their fans being fans of their product more than WWE. And there's a lot of discussion over whether or not they deliver or do a good job or anything, but you get the feeling that AEW does want to do a good show for their fans, and they want their fans to have a good time. I think they genuinely do. And again, effectiveness of the quality of programming can be discussed, but WWE seems to, and maybe just because it's been around forever and maybe we're kind of jaded on the whole thing and their whole act, but WWE seems to have contempt for their fans and a stubbornness, and also like they talk down to their fans. Like, you know, the whole new era thing, part of that is, thinking, the fans will buy it. We'll say the thing that we say, and then they'll buy it again. It's, you know, and like the whole thing, how they're touting, we only need to do 5 matches on a pay-per-view. And again, to my point before, we're paying for that airtime. Give us as much as possible.
There's this idea. I don't know what I read it or saw it, or I forgot, but there's this idea now that especially corporations are so angry at the fact that they have to go through us to get our money. Right? Like they will just wish they could just like take the money instead of asking you, just like take it. And I think this is the same mentality right now that they have, right? Like they just like, man, okay, put on 4 matches, whatever, man. Just I don't know, CM Punk, whatever. Just do it. Put them on the. You have to buy Royal Rumble, man. You like this? You be liking this for your full life?
Yeah, look, I'm going to defend Triple H because I don't think people understand.
Let's mute his mic, kick him off the stream.
Wrong take, but go ahead, man.
No, and I'll tell you why it's the right take, because I still believe Triple H has the right ideas. But here's what happened to Triple H that people forget. Triple H had his board shares taken away from him to stay. They wanted him off the board on purpose, and they've been dangling it in front of him to get him back on the board. He has to be a puppet for TKO. When he says this new era crap, it's not for us. He's not saying it for us. He's saying it for them. I think we know that the guy does actually know what he's doing. We saw it with the black and gold. We saw it with the Vince transitional period when TKO was coming in, and he really did have the reins. But sadly, what everyone has to understand now is that ever since WrestleMania 40, Triple H has not really had the reins. He's trying to work himself back onto that board, but he had to prove that he could stay clear of the whole Vince Janelle crap. He had to prove that he could do the job. He had to be their corporate shill. He's getting his paycheck or whatever. But if he wants to be back in at the top level, like where he was in the Vince era, if he really wants to be WWE's Dana White, where he has a real amount of control or say so, and he's back on the TKO board of this thing, he's got to play ball with these fools. He's got to do this stuff. People don't get it. That's what happened with the Rock and Mania last year. It wasn't Triple H. It wasn't that. John Cena wanted to go a certain way.
Though. My complaint is the brand. It's
I know.
not Triple H. It's
not.
Because I know Triple H is, I mean, and I have my thoughts on his booking and his storytelling and how he's been effective on the bigger scale. But I think he's still one of us. I think he's still a wrestling fan more than he's anything else. But the company itself is full of trust me, or full of like that fucking Bully Ray idiot saying, be a fan. I'm being a fan. I like the stuff I like. I don't like the stuff I don't like. I'm allowed to do that. And if I pay money or don't pay money to watch a show, I can still do that. Like they're just saying, shut up and let us do whatever we want and just pay us for it. And that's not the type of business this is. This is a monetarily, feedback driven business. And if it sucks, if it's not worth our time, then we don't invest ourselves in it anymore as fans. So you got to appreciate and take that part of the relationship seriously. And as a company, as a brand, WWE does not.
I agree.
Well, and they've historically not done that. I mean, but they delivered when it mattered, and they delivered on their biggest shows of the year. I mean, historically, there was the shows that you watch, they would go through long stretches where it was crap. And there was the Vince era had plenty of times where it's like, we're going to force a storyline or a character down your throat and push them in the way that we want them to push, regardless of what the audience says, and people still tuned in and watched, but it's because the big shows, when it mattered, they hit. And, for the most part, you felt like it was worth it to get to the Royal Rumble and to the WrestleManias. And I think going back to the discussion last week, I don't know, the Royal Rumble felt kind of meh. The Elimination Chamber is shaping up to be kind of meh. And, we'll see with WrestleMania. There's like maybe one match right now on WrestleMania that I really want to see, but that's 2 nights. I'm going to give 2 nights away to watch what they got right now. Probably not.
So right now, what is there? It's like the string of pay-per-views, so PLEs. What the fuck? What do you call PLEs? Fucking
premium live events.
They want to rebrand everything. Well, also, it's
whatever. You're gonna be innovative.
Anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pay-per-views. I'm still paying for them.
Anyways, the string of PLEs, has any of them have been good since WrestlePalooza?
The one after I thought was good.
Yes.
Which was?
Fastlane. I don't know.
That wasn't Fastlane.
See, that wasn't that
I don't know
great.
what the names are.
I can't even remember
house, bro.
Survivor Series.
I know it's in your house. Yeah. No, I know Royal Rumble. I know SummerSlam, and I know WrestleMania.
Okay,
what do you need from me?
It was Survivor Series.
Survivor Series.
That was the one that had the terrible women's match, though.
And you can't underdeliver if you're going to only have 5 matches.
But they ruined the Survivor Series brand a long time ago. It used to be, I remember I watched one show way back in the Hogan Warrior era where you have all of the matches. They're all Survivor Series matches, elimination tags, right? And then the winners of each match, the surviving members, go to do one final match. And it was like 15 heels versus Hogan, Warrior, and like Tito Santana. So like Tito gets 1 pin and then he gets beaten because it's not his show. And then Warrior and Hogan beat like 20 guys. I don't know. But that's fun. That's stakes. And each match did have their own story. Now it's whatever. And then they did, cage matches this time around too. So they're just like, let's
And
put
then
it's
right
a gimmick
after
show.
that,
That's the
and
gimmick.
all the stuff that they built us up to, we went through that period where they changed every single belt in the company to somebody different.
Yeah.
Which we have now completed with Cody having dropped to Drew. I think now officially every single belt has changed hands since November. Right?
Sorry, I was.
Well,
I'm
Jade
trying-
didn't change her belt, right? She hasn't even
Oh,
defended.
but
it
she
once.
hasn't. She also hasn't defended that belt. So
Hey,
how
but
can?
by the way, that match last
Oh, I'm
week
sorry.
was
No,
probably
she did. She
That-
defended it against Chelsea.
No, well, okay, but last week she defended it, and it's actually a semi-decent match for Jade standards.
Well, she's not a bad worker, I don't think. She wasn't when she left AEW.
She's not a bad athlete. She's a bad worker because she doesn't have the skill to call a match or to have a very deep move set or to understand the pacing. Somebody else has to be in there that can do all of that stuff.
All right, before we move on, I want to mention something. Finally, because I am in Mexico and sometimes addresses get complicated, I got my stuff from Homeface.
Cue the music.
No, wait.
Oh.
He's going to do the thing with the music. I'm just going to say, I'm very happy that I got it. I tore open this thing. I did an unboxing that will be on my Instagram tomorrow.
Oh, rad.
Don't put on the music yet. So oh God, okay, fine. I'm gonna be traveling. It's gonna be summer here in Mexico because summer starts in February in this country. I don't know if you know this. Oh God. And
lyrics now.
Jeez, it's so distracting. Anyways, I'm gonna be using this for real because I do travel a lot, as some of you know. Travel to wrestling events in Mexico and the UK, and this is the perfect size for the products, so I can travel easily with them. Because in the airport they don't want you to take those. I don't know why they still have those things for 2001. I don't know, but this is the perfect travel size. And this is the perfect way for you when you travel a lot. There's going to be a lot of pollution, there's going to be a lot of people and dust and stuff. And you have to take care of your face. You have to look good for those meetings, or when you just going to go out later on that night after you had all that hard work. This is the perfect traveling companion, the travel kit from Homeface. You can do the read now, man.
H is silent.
The H is silent. Homeface.
Gives you that chok, if that's the right way to say it.
All right.
Homeface offers the best-in-class skin, hair, and body care solutions for men. Powered by K-Beauty Technology, HF products are 100% vegan, Leaping Bunny certified cruelty-free, and crafted with clean, skin-friendly ingredients. For a limited time only, add our promo code MMM20, that's MMM20, to get 20% off. And not only do you get 20% off, you will also receive free shipping, except to wherever Tony lives. Elevate your grooming routine and experience the HF difference today. Don't forget, this toiletry bag has those things that you need. It's got the number one, the face wash, right? Then the number two, that herbal spray toner that just opens everything up and exfoliates.
You want that toner.
Then the number three now, a new number three, it's the Advanced Age Defense Serum. That's the magic. That's the fountain of youth. That's the thing that keeps this all tied in there. And last but not least, you can't forget my favorite one, the moisturizer. You have to say that like Total Pips. Moisturizer. That's what you need to get it all smooth and silky. You know what I'm saying? You got that face.
Chok. The dewy complexion look. It's all the rage.
It is silent. Woo. That's the jam right there. That's that Homeface jam. So again, www.homeface.com. That's HOMMEFACE.com. Homeface. Get it. 20% off MMM20.
There you go. And also, this is pretty good, like for all everything that you need while you're traveling. This is like this actually works, and I really like this. Like I know this is me nitpicking, but I really like this. This kind of things makes it feel like, you know, this is like quality. This is what I like when I get a product. It's like this feels good. Whose microphone is killing the vibe?
With the zipper.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm just very happy that I got my product before I get to travel, because
Yeah, that was close.
yeah, it was, because I start traveling next week. So yeah, he was very close. Anyways, so we have a new so we sent a reporter down in Australia.
Where's he at?
Hold on.
He's got to show up to introduce him, right?
That is right. Hold on. Where is he? You just have to click on this thing, brother.
Man, look, he better show up. I had to pay 23 guys to dig that tunnel into that friggin' arena to sneak him in. And if you guys don't know about digging tunnels, man.
Well, I'm Mexican. We know what digging tunnels.
Oh, you're talking about digging tunnels again? Every day.
Man.
All right. So welcome to the show. Oh, this is his debut on the main show.
On the big show.
On the big show, yeah. That's what Byron is walking
Byron
out.
just quit. Byron was like, F this, I'm
like,
out.
Fuck this. All right.
Well, it's the big show.
It
All
is. Oh,
why is Byron bringing a cat to the show? All right.
that's our
Ladies and
reporter.
gentlemen.
That's our secret reporter.
Ladies and gentlemen, Comatose on the show.
Toasty.
What is up, Comatose? What you doing?
Woo.
Finding that real nice.
He's got the big belt.
We're gonna have to put
Well,
some
on the big show, on the big show now. So you know, got to do the big things for the big boys.
Well,
hey brother, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Actually,
isn't like midday over there?
Yeah, it's 3:00 in the afternoon over here. So it's yeah, getting there.
All right, so you went to the shows, to both shows actually.
Yes, sir.
So, and I would like to know, what was it like live, and what is your main takeaway? Was it a fun show? There's some conflicting anecdotes that what happened on the house show. So we're gonna focus on that later. But first, how was it live? How was the reaction? How was getting there? You know, what was the people's vibe and all that stuff? How do you feel? First of all, was this your first AEW show, or was it like second time?
No, it's the first AEW show I've been to. I would have liked to go on the first time it came around there, but yeah, no, it was for what it was. It was awesome. It was really good experience. Yeah, I know there was a few conflicting sort of judgments on the show itself. With I think mainly about the crowds and stuff like that. But the crowds were a little bit small. The Sydney show, obviously being the bigger of the two of them, they sort of pushed a lot of people sort of into the sort of view of the camera, I guess, and upgraded a lot of the seats in the house. So people that sort of paid for the cheap tickets probably would have got a pretty good deal out of it.
Right.
Yeah, but like as for the show itself, like I love wrestling one way or another. So it was a good show all around for in Sydney. I thought there's some good matches on the card for what it's worth. Definitely, I'd say on the Sydney card, the Moxley versus Takeshita, that was killer. They just went to hammer and tongs pretty much to the bell. That was awesome to watch. And definitely the Kyle Fletcher and old mate, I can't think of his name now, but there were some spots in that, man, for the ladders, man, that were just insane to watch, man. And seeing that sort of live was really cool,
right?
Velasco, yeah. Just the spots with the ladders were crazy, and all in all, though, like it was good to see, like obviously being a few Aussies on the AEW roster as well. Was cool to see, and they took a lot of time with the crowd as well, interacting and it was just overall really good show in Sydney. And the house show in Brisbane, it was probably one of those shows they probably could have found a smaller venue, and it would have probably popped a little bit better than what it was, because it sort of didn't feel like it was kind of complete. And I guess being a house show, it's you're not going to get the big pops that you do of the main show, but it was an all right show in Brisbane. Probably mainly focusing towards the actual crowd interaction as the Aussie crowds do, throwing a few crazy chants out there, and obviously like the wrestlers interacting with people, but for like standouts in the Brisbane show, probably the Chicks put on a really good show. It was really good to see Robbie Eagles as well. He's obviously been around the traps, and he's a good Aussie wrestler. It was really good to see him wrestle as well. But all in all, like for both shows, man, really, really cool experience, man. I loved every minute of it.
Coma, what was the deal with that? What was the deal with that crazy dancing shit at the Brisbane house?
Oh yeah, we need to know what the fuck that was.
Please explain this
Do you know the dance?
Do you know the dance?
Yeah, the nut bush. I think every kid growing up over here, unfortunately, has to sort of do that dance at one point in their schooling career during their social or their their formal. I guess it's just like some sort of whack tradition, really, man. Everyone knows it, and just yo.
Can we put the Homeface music on and you do the dance?
No.
Yeah, we can give it a crack, man. It's brother's got dip, man. I can move. That's only if I can get a slow dance with Mandeep and you won't get jealous, Byron.
Oh, right.
I don't know who Mandeep is.
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
We don't know. That's the point, brother.
It's weird. Meefloaf isn't here and Mandeep isn't in the chat. Is that a coincidence?
Oh, you want the nutbush? Fuck, shit. How's that go?
Yeah. Oh, is he gonna do it?
That's what you're getting out of me. Yeah, no, I've got moves. I can't show you them all at once, Yeah, I think that was just a bit of tongue in cheek at the end of the Brisbane show to get all the Aussies together and do that, and it was pretty bizarre to watch it, man. I was still trying to figure out why they did that, but I would have rather everybody just had a shoey, and that would have been great. But
exactly,
it is what it is. Yeah, exactly.
They're not as committed as I am to this thing.
No, that's it.
I want to talk about something that bothered me about the show. Although I think that the experience, of course, for Comatose is different for us because he was live and it was a show. But the hair versus hair match, especially as a fan of Lucha Libre and carrying passport of Mexican nationality, that I did not even understand there was only one of them that will get their hair cut. Was this not advertised previously? What
the person taking a pin was going to get the haircut.
It was really weird because like the match cards didn't really come out until like 24 hours before the actual event sort of started. So we really didn't know what we were in for. We sort of had half an idea, but when I sort of had an idea when they said hair versus hair, and I don't know. I think it's a really whack stipulation, man. It's been done, and it's just leave it in the past, man. I think they should have died with Donald Trump and fucking McMahon, really. But yeah, it was. You know what? The best thing to come out of that was the next night in Brisbane, where the crowd just started, chanting up, "Where's your hair at?" to Yuta, like in the tune of the Basement Jaxx song. So it was kind of cool.
Okay, that's pretty. Yeah,
cut the Aussie crowd to get behind it, but yeah, it was.
That is the saddest part of this. I think that is the only references we have that Beans versus Donald Trump's match. It's like can't American companies make the hair versus hair thing work? Has it?
Kurt Angle.
Have they done
Kurt
it?
Angle had a good one.
Who?
Kurt Angle.
Oh, Kurt Angle. Yeah, well.
There's been a few of them, but
anything work, but
it would be like me having a hair versus hair match, brother. Like, what's the point of that?
Well, he did have hair. That was his transition into bald.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. It tongue in cheek worked, and then he showed up. Didn't he show up like the next day with like a wig and like a headband?
Yeah, no, like amateur wrestling, the dark face Grumman gear.
Why not? I don't understand why Tony didn't lose her hair there.
That was the point.
If I was Tony Storm, as nutty and crazy as she is, I would have said, I'm going home to Australia. I'm going to lose my hair. This is going to be one of the biggest moments in wrestling history. It'll grow back in 4 months and she can play with it and whatever. It's for the job. Like, I know nobody wants to walk around looking like shit for 4 months, especially not an attractive young lady. But at the same time, like, for the sake of your craft and your cause and your entire business and what it would do, how it would energize the entire company. If I was Tony Khan, I would have given her $1 million right out of my freaking pocket for her to cut her hair. That is how that needed to end. And the second best option was for Marina Shafir to lose her hair. Like, one of those things needed to happen.
It would have made it worthwhile more if it had been like one of the women, like, because you don't sort of see that stuff every day. But even better, a better like angle to sort of take on it, if they were smart about things, is maybe make donations towards it, and you could do a cure for cancer sort of thing or something, like at least raise some money out of it for a good cause, you know. Yeah, because it gets more people involved with it then, and it's for a good cause, you know. Like you get something out of it, you know. It's not just a stupid hair versus hair stunt, and what do you do? It's all over. Your hair will grow back, but at least you're doing it for good cause, and you're going to get a bit more a bit more traction behind it. Then I think. Yeah,
but Yuta's whole character was that thing. I mean, his whole answer that question. Like, so much of what Yuta's character has been the like shaggy dog look, you know.
Yeah,
and
but he just gets made fun of it, so it's like it just did us all a favor.
The other thing is like it sort of played into that, like, what is this stable right now?
Right.
Because are they faces? Are they heels? Are they tweeners? What the hell's going on? Because
they're
feels.
they're feel stable.
But then you have
they're heel stable. Mox got a face turn because he finally got to just get in a bunch of fights, and that's all he's wanted to do at the Continental Classic. So then he got the face turn. But it's weird because
he's
still
a
dickheads.
And then he's if you guys recall, he walks away from paying off, and then Mox brings him in. So it's
exactly. That's my point. I don't.
The rest of the guys are heels. Yes. Oh God.
It makes no sense.
It was a bit confusing in the sense too, where, like I said, we didn't really get too much of a heads up on who was coming, what the matches really were, until just prior to it actually happening. So, not knowing who's going to come, and it sort of felt a little bit like it was sort of forced together in certain situations within these two shows. Like they just jamming sort of impromptu matches together as well, to drag it out as well. But yeah, like I said, it's just it'll be interesting to see what the future of AEW in Australia is, and where they market it next. Because obviously the first one they did up in Brisbane was supposed to be in Suncorp Stadium, which is a massive rugby stadium, and then I think it was a couple of weeks before it was actually supposed to go ahead, they downgraded it to the entertainment centre there. And I just think with the ticket sales that I don't know what they thought they had and what they actually really did have. They probably could have definitely, with the Brisbane venue, maybe put it in a smaller sort of venue, and it would have popped a lot better. But and considering it wasn't even a televised show for the Brisbane one, did you guys get a delay on the Sydney one? Because obviously being Sydney here and you guys being on Saturday, and then you guys being a day behind, was it Saturday or Sunday for you guys that when you actually got the pay-per-view for whatever it was?
It was Saturday, but it was not live. It was you guys.
Yeah, that's right. We pre-recorded because of the time. Yeah. So I haven't had the chance to watch back on the actual televised recording yet. But what did it come up like watching it on the on TV? Did it look good to you guys? Was it a good pay-per-view to you guys when you're watching it through that? Because as opposed to being there and obviously watching on TV.
To be honest, it came off as just like a collision. It didn't. For my, I think I said this is the name of the title of the show. The actual go home show was probably a lot tighter than the Grandslam. It was. And so I don't feel that the grand part of it like in the past. Like probably last year was better. The Mexico City was amazing, especially with the Mysticos moment there. I mean, I'm sure that live it felt different and it was great. I mean, of course I wasn't there. But yeah, I think it was like kind of a collision. Yeah, it not even a Dynamite, just like a collision.
Well,
so,
another thing about it, it was a 2.5 hour show. How long are WWE pay-per-views, PLEs?
About 2.
It was about a WWE PLE. Yeah. A little bit better though. They had better matches and stuff.
And that's
they had matches. So yeah. That was it.
I wouldn't compare to an AEW pay-per-view, which has like 10 matches, 17 hours.
Yeah, I don't really know how to sort of score it on a sort of level, but like I said, like I just enjoy wrestling one way or another, so it's always good to get out and see it, whether it's good, bad, or ugly, man. I just love wrestling one way or another. So the Sydney show was definitely the better of the two of them, for sure. But I think if they were looking at doing it and coming back again, maybe they might try and look at something, pitching it at maybe Melbourne, because I don't think they've touched that territory yet, and it seems to be like a bit of a hub for sports there. So I know the WWE have done big numbers there before, so obviously different companies and different times.
The Sydney show was fuller, right? It had more people.
Yeah,
on it.
Definitely. But both shows, like I said, they upgraded a lot of people and pushed people into sort of better seats. Just to like in Brisbane, for example, right? They had tarps over sections. Do you know what I mean? Like they're covering up tarps, so that's really huge chunks of audience there. And basically, by the time they pushed everybody in, it was sort of a majority of where the cameras would sort of be. Do you know what I mean? It was filming it, so it made it look a bit more full, but. Yeah, definitely a lot more at the Sydney show, and interacting with the Sydney show too was really busy there because there's a stadium right next door who had a Ed Sheeran concert on at the same night, so it was just like people everywhere when you're trying to get into the joint, and then same again trying to get back out. So but other than that, all good, all in all, man. I enjoyed it very much.
That's weird. They had enough of a crowd for both of those shows.
What's that?
I'm saying that's weird that they had to split the audience between those two shows.
You think there's an Ed Sheeran AEW overlap?
I mean, I think
that's the joke.
A lot of good because that would push me right into the rest.
They should have done it. They should have done a stadium stampede and just taken it next door, and we could have just gone through the whole crowd and got dragged Ed Sheeran into it. Maybe
that would have been excellent. Oh my God, that's the best idea ever.
That's an impromptu match you want to have. We take the 24/7 hardcore rules and go drop the smackdown on Ed Sheeran.
What's like it's weird because like there's a lot of Aussie wrestlers on AEW right now.
Sorry.
And like it's and then you get there and they kind of have these like smaller shows, so it's like for me, I've not followed like Aussie wrestling a lot, but obviously there's a lot of talent that's come out of Australia over the last probably 5 to 10 years now. And I'm just curious, what's the fandom like over there? Is it like a big fandom, or is it just like a smaller group of diehards? Or because obviously they're creating a lot of talent coming out of there. And it's just weird that every time they go there, they kind of have smaller shows.
It's just better athletic people, man.
It comes and goes, man. It's like it comes and goes in waves, man. To be honest with you, like it has its peaks and troughs, man. And like you've got your diehards that'll go to all the small shows, all your indie shows, and there are a few like companies that are still existing and that. But I guess it just depends how popular it becomes at the time, and whether or not it's televised over here, whether it be WWE, whether it be AEW, and what's easily accessible for people. So obviously, with streaming now, it makes it a lot more easy to be able to access a lot of the shows and stuff. But yeah, I've sort of noticed since growing up being attacker in me diapers, mate, watching wrestling, mate, as far back as I can remember. It's just it has its peaks and troughs. If it's popular at the time, you have everybody wanting to go to a show, and then if it's not showing on TV, like not many people will even know about it, man. And so it's those diehards that go to those indie shows and love the wrestling, and they'll be there guaranteed. You know what I mean? But yeah, I've sort of noticed that with whatever's televised, and if it's accessible for people over here, now being more than ever, it should be more accessible. But AEW, for example, it's not as easy to watch that unless you're searching for that, if that makes sense, because it's not just on general TV or streaming. Whereas, like, if you have Netflix, you can watch all of the WWE. So I think
where is AEW shown in Australia? Like, what platform is that? Popular platform? Is it just like Open TV?
It's not even a popular platform over here, man. It'd be like I think it might be on a version of Peacock or something over here. I get it streamed on on the internet and that. I watch it that way. But yeah, I couldn't even tell you how it's televised over here, mate. That's what I mean. It's trying to find that. So you really got to go look for it if you want to stream it.
Australia, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. You know what I mean?
I said it's the CMLL of Australia, Tony.
Oh wow. Okay, no, let's not get there.
Like it's there, but it's complicated. You got to
you have to look for it.
If you want it, you know where to find it. You know what I mean? You can search it out, but it's not easy.
What you're saying is a VPN. That's what you're saying.
Well, but it's like you have to
wink,
search
wink, nudge, nudge.
No wink. Sponsor us VPNs. We can use your money.
Yeah, we'll take it. Hey, breaking
wink,
news.
nudge, nudge.
You like that train whistle? Breaking news.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Justin.
Breaking news.
Oh wow! Breaking news, everybody! Live Saturday, February 21st on Collision. Thunder Rosa versus Julia Hart. Wow, I'm actually looking forward to this match so much. Right
I love this. We were talking earlier about storyline wise, but this makes it make so much more sense. They can do so many things with this. They can play with this. They can have run-ins. Thunder and Julia have really good in-ring chemistry. And I don't know if people know, but like we talk a lot about how far Harley Cameron has come and whatnot. Julia listens. I talked directly to Jerry Lynn about Julia one day, and he was just like, that kid is sharp in the ring. She just listens. She puts in the extra time. She gets it. We've talked a lot about wrestlers who are like that, like Maxine and whatnot, who didn't come in with all the skills in the world, who came in weird gimmicks or whatever. But there's something to be said in wrestling for the people that want it and go after it. Plus stuff. So I love that entrance. I love the promo and the artwork and the photography that Danny has done with her. And she's done some stuff with Thunder too. But I love this matchup. I love what they can do storyline-wise and prolong things. I love that this also is a great way to keep Chris Statlander involved, in that Thunder is kind of in that orbit with Chris and Tekla and Julia and the what is the name of their team? The
Triangle.
Toxic Girls team.
The Triangle.
Triangle of Sadness.
Triangle of Madness.
Madness. Triangle.
Death, Death Triangle.
No.
Death
Triangle. No, aren't they the sisters? No,
them two together, Julia and
sisters of sin.
Yeah, but all of them together is a triangle of sadness or whatever.
Madness.
Well, they had to stop being the sisters of sin because they have to wear more clothing now. Sky has to wear more clothing.
Does she? Because
she's
she
no
isn't.
longer the sister of sin.
She
Is she
isn't
back to wearing the
more.
booty shorts again?
Her butt's
I don't pay a lot of
full on
attention.
out. Children watch the show.
I don't look at that. Anyways, yeah, I think this is gonna be a great. I think it's gonna be a great match, and this probably sets up, a small kind of round here. That's what we're figuring it out, right? Because
Maybe, or maybe, how do we feel?
Matches, there's possibilities.
How do we feel about Stat Daddy and Thunder as a tag team? What's the name of that tag team, people?
Oh, I don't know. Jeez.
Thunder Statlander.
Thunderlander.
Thunderlander. When he says it with the accent, it's great. It's a Thunderlander.
It sounds better with I sound
Thunderlander.
Yeah.
Don't do it better. As long as
you getting too spicy.
If she went back to like doing like some of like the alien paint, but kind of like with the DM or like the Day of the Dead paint, I didn't want to butcher it. Like a little bit of
Dia de los Muertos, not even that hard.
I can even.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to butcher it, and I was.
How would just make fun of you? It's okay. You can say it wrong and not just like give you shit for it for the next 10 minutes that we're gonna be on the air. Go ahead, man. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
But anyways, I think they could do some fun face paint between that, like kind of like a combination between the two face paints that they do.
Well, I don't know if you guys
like
saw
them
the
to call
difference
the
in
team-
Thunder's face paint this time around. It was
hurt.
more show.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was.
I
pretty
did.
Cool. Yes.
It was really cool. That was like the first thing I noticed.
Tony, am I allowed to be honest? Can I throw a diss?
Sure, you're gonna be doing
Drop of the week.
So.
I didn't like the head thing. I didn't like the headband or whatever. It didn't work for me. The hair cover.
That was an emergency kind of situation thing.
It didn't look smooth. It didn't look cool. Like I would have rather her done it as a headband, but like doing the pullover thing didn't work. It looked like
the other way around. I have some amazing.
Read the triple line, bud.
I have some amazing footage that would have worked a lot better. But yeah, probably that was
I don't know. That was the only piece that I didn't like. I love the new makeup, the look, like whatever. I mean, I know those were quote unquote street clothes. Not that they are, but look, you're supposed to look like a superstar. You know, Bobby Lashley's street clothes is a $30,000 suit, and he legit wears them everywhere. But like, so it's fine. But I just didn't like the headgear thing. But the makeup was amazing, and I really think that I'd love to see her tagging with Stat. I know they get along really well, and I think that team should be called Dead Aliens.
God,
Dead Aliens, really?
Dead Aliens? No take on Dead Aliens.
Well, can we check on the copyright on that? So
Thunderstrat.
Yeah, I feel it. If they can come up with the song, that could.
You're butchering it.
Thunderstrat.
Are you putting a filter on your voice?
We make that a sound button in the sound panel.
Yeah, we can have
that
a
You just keep pushing my buttons, and I will do that sound effect for you.
Yeah, I keep pushing these buttons like Mandy pushes yours, Byron.
Yeah.
Who's Mandy? What's a Mandy?
Yeah, you could do like Thunder Daddy and Strat Daddy.
Arturo, please clip that whatever he just did with his voice.
Daddy.
Strat Daddy and Thunder Mommy. That would be.
If you saw the Nyla shower, you would know that Thunder's actually the daddy.
Yes. Go and check that out.
Maybe just calling the team the daddies would be fine.
Daddies. There we go.
All right, guys. I think it's time for pops and drops because it is getting late. It is getting late, and I have to have my beauty sleep
What
so
the
that
heck is that noise?
this actually works. You know,
It's
That's
great.
supposed to.
all right.
That's
Who
supposed
wants
to work
go
when
first?
you don't have your body sleep.
It seems like Bear wants to go first because he kept
You
talking
guys know
about
what
me.
my pop is.
I have a drop.
Mine is once again gonna go back to the show that nobody else is watching. Like I started trying to watch
TMLL?
TNA last week, and not I don't know. It was kind of meh. I found myself hopping back over to JCW, like when Justin is like, you know, talking about like a place that does not take itself too seriously and is just like the most ridiculous like crap you could ever see. It's like JCW feels like a half ICP, half like throwback to like the Attitude Era. And it's just, I don't know, it's fun. It's fun wrestling, you know, it doesn't take itself too seriously. None of the wrestling is great on it, but the characters are fun. Like right now, you have grizzled old Ken Kennedy mixing it up with Vince Russo, and it's just I don't know. It's bizarre, and I love it. and I definitely popped over from TNA to JCW afterwards. Like I gave up. They're both on Thursday night. You can watch Lunacy on YouTube. It's worth checking out.
All right, Comatose left us, but what is your pop or drop, Byron? You only get one. Don't go crazy. We are doing 1 hour and 45 minutes. That is great time for this show. Please go ahead, man.
We have 2 more hours left.
No. We're good. We're running out of credits on our Opus account to make what's it called? To make reels.
Clips.
So please, let's keep it on the 2 hours.
Okay. So my drop of the week is going to be CMLL.
I thought we were doing pops.
He doesn't have one.
I don't have a pop. He asked me what my drop was.
It's fine.
I forgot my pop. I may have had one.
That's fine. CMLL. Why CMLL?
So CMLL changed the rules. They and this also is from Casey too. Casey has been watching a lot of CMLL lately, and he is super pissed about it. But basically, they made the matches different. They dropped the captain rule, I believe. I'm trying to
while back. What the hell? Yes.
They dropped, and it's basically one of those things that made it unique and fun.
But that's only the Australianos relevos atómicos.
Yeah, they got rid of it. And Casey brought this point up how it takes away opportunities for individuals to shine a bit in trios matches, especially lower on the card, where guys need to make the most of the opportunities. So that's my drop. That CML did that. I don't know why. I don't know if people are complaining about it or anything. But.
I guess, but that's only one specific type of match. So I mean, they had trios matches, and they call it relevos australianos.
Mm-hmm.
So for that's for coma too. I don't know what they will call it. Sterling.
I know what those words were.
Yeah. But that on the rest of this, it's like a tornado tag. It's as if a tornado tag match will have a captain that you can pin. But that's just one style. That I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't think that's gone. But okay, whatever.
No, it's officially gone.
Wow, that's that. Okay. Well, actually, Comatose, do you have a pop or drop? Is your pop going to the show?
Pop's got to go to the show, sure. You know, like I just said, it's always good to get out and watch the wrestling, man. And I can't speak, any highly of the live wrestling shows, man. I just love it one way or another. So that's my pop. But can I just chime in with a bit of a drop?
Negative.
You know what I'm bloody sick of, mate? This is what I'm bloody sick of. And I wish they would have let it go and stop living in the shadow of, the memory of other people. But WWE really have to let go of the whole Wyatt family thing, man. Like, it should have rested in peace with Bray. God bless him, man, when he passed away. But I just think that they're just hammering it to death, and it's losing its mystique. It's losing its whole, mystery about what it should be, what it was going to be, and how it was articulated by Bray himself. I just think that you've got all these other, like My Family Tree with your dodgy looking face paint, man, making a mockery out of some talent on the God damn, man! Like, look what they've done to Matanza, man. God damn it! Like, it's just, I don't know, man. I'm just getting it's really what's really grinding my gears at the moment.
My pop is an MGF tweet about that.
Yeah,
like Jeff Cobb, he was cool. I miss that guy.
Oh, he's a legend, man. He's a legend. He's an absolute legend.
Well, WWE
Mateo.
WWE does that with all their teams. Like, if you think about the Judgment Day for what it was when it was conceived to what it is right now, makes no sense that that's the name that they have. And you are correct. Yes.
No, it's just frustrating to watch. You're just killing what was once a good gimmick, and it had the potential to be something amazing. And it's just one of those things. Like, you think about like going back to the Undertaker and the dark mystery and the mystique that he sort of carried around as a gimmick. And I know we're in a different time and in a different era and a different place now, but Bray was a special talent, man. He was a real poet and an artist, and how he articulated his actual character and the whole Wyatt family. You know, like even you go back to like when the Shield was together, and you know, remember the first time the Shield clashed with the Wyatt family and how big that pop was for it. Like,
That's what got me back into wrestling. That right there. I stopped watching after the Ruthless Aggression era, and that got me back into wrestling.
Hell yeah, man! And just while you're at it, there, Bear, like bit of the old school JC Dubs, mate. You know, you really want to get into this sort of shit if you can get yourself into it.
Dude, if you're not watching Lunacy right now, it's awesome.
Yeah, get into it. Because honestly, it's really cool. It's really cool to see some, some of the indie up and comers, man, that don't get on any of the bigger promotions, and the Clown's always down to run with the new breed. Plus, they throw in a lot of the ex legends and that, and you'll see a lot of familiar faces. And like you said, it's not the greatest of wrestling, but the show for what it is and what they put together, it's got some value. That's for sure. If you're a wrestling fan, you'll enjoy it, I reckon.
It's entertaining. That's what wrestling should be. It's entertaining, and that's to me is sometimes what I miss from other stuff. So many promotions take themselves so seriously, and they just do not, and I love it.
And they're not doing it with a huge budget either. Like they're just doing it on a whim. Like, that's the crazy part about it. And Jay's really gone all out this time in making a show out of it with Lunacy and doing it every week. And if you look at most of the shows, they don't even cost money to get into. They're free tickets. You know what I mean? So he's doing it for the love of wrestling and trying to make just another one of his accomplishments come true. But yeah. Whoop whoop! Just saying.
Whoop whoop
whoop whoop. All right, Justin, please.
I have a pop.
Oh no, you're over. You're
My pop is Olympic hockey. If you're not watching it, you should. Women's gold medal game tomorrow.
I believe you meant to say curling.
Men's gold medal game on Saturday.
Canadians.
Curling is also. I watched that. I watched hockey and curling.
Oh, somebody was cheating. Somebody was cheating on that. They touched the stone after they did, and they got caught. I saw that.
But they denied it.
And then it's like, no, it wasn't me. I'm Canadian. I don't do that. Yeah.
Am I a little slow, eh? From Canada, eh?
Australians make fun of Canadians too? What the hell?
Okay, Justin, please.
Look, so since everybody did their pops and their drops, I guess I will do both. There were so many things in the running for pop this week. I really love the MJF thing tonight. A lot of people didn't, but I like where he gets you invested, but that still wasn't my best thing of the week. I love the Javon thing. I thought that was huge. I'm a big fan of that. I wasn't expecting it, so I love that level of surprise, and I think the kid deserves it. Plus, I think he's going to actually make the match exciting. I am also looking forward to Finn versus CM Punk. I don't really know why, because it doesn't quite have the story feel that I normally like, but just like the sickos like their AEW matchups, just like a good swerve Kenny Omega match is not going to go wrong. I just don't see...
Demon. Are we going to get the Demon?
No. I don't think we're going to get the Demon here because it's going to be such a pro Chicago crowd. I don't think they want to take too much magic off of CM here. So I think that they have to leave it with Finn. Sadly, I would love to see that match, but not in Chicago. I think that ruins it because they're going to be in Chicago.
But is that going to be the last chance that he's ever going to really get a title? I'm not going to say it's the last chance he's ever going to get it, but I mean that would add to the pop, wouldn't it? It'd be just like cherry coating the cake.
No, because the pop is going to be so pro CM. Like all the stuff that they tried to do with AEW with CM Punk in Chicago. Like anytime they try to give the other person any kind of shine in Chicago, it just doesn't work with CM Punk there. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
You're not going to, you would be wasting the Demon in the live crowd. Now on pay-per-view and for all of us, it'd be great. But I think for the live crowd, you just would get, you'd get the Demon boot out of the building. Plus the Demon's going to take an L because I don't see any way that you only have one match advertised for WrestleMania and it's CM versus Roman. You have to get to that match. So Finn's got to lose. But there's a lot of stuff that I'm excited about. However, I have to say, God bless you, Kenny Omega. You dastardly evil man. I don't know how we're calling Swerve a heel after this whole thing because Kenny just took out Aubrey. Like, what are you doing? That's my pop of the week. That was so dramatic.
You looking for it, brother? Yeah,
that was so dramatic and
No.
entertaining. What a spectacle! I love it, and I'll have to say that maybe we can get a Swerve Aubrey tag team heel mixed tag thing, and we'll get Kenny a female partner, like maybe Hikaru Shido come back and actually speak to him in public, and then they can do like a mixed tag thing. Am I too inside baseball here? Have I?
Yes, that's too much. You're doing too much right now.
Anyway, that is my pop of the week.
If you get a couple of messages from people, then you know why.
They're already in the DMs. They're there. It's fine. I will say my drop of the week is Grande Americano.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you guys what the deal is. Go ahead.
Damn it!
I got it.
You're ruining my shtick, bro.
It might be your drop too, but what are we doing here? I love this storyline, but also, why is WWE making the awful, evil Chad Gable the babyface in America and the other El Grande Americano the heel in America? And I just don't understand why we're doing this, why we're doing this bad dubbing thing. And then we've got this promo that aired in the commercials that I didn't even see. It got sent to me as a DM that aired in the commercials where Chad Gable is in Chad Gable persona, getting a pop from the crowd, working the cheap pops as Grande Americano, but talking as Chad Gable after we just ran this other promo with him being AI dubbed.
That promo comes out of AAA. And I was watching it in Spanish, and I don't know why.
It's hilarious though, right?
Preemptively, the announcer was like, well, I'm sorry to say that there is AI on this promo. So they ruin it. What? They ruin it ahead of time. And I was like, wait a minute, why are you telling me? And then I saw it come out, and I was like, whoa, they were trying to be like, man, I don't know what the people upstairs are doing, but we don't like it either. That's what just happened.
Right, and I get that. Like, I get the joke, but we're gonna have to figure out what
you can't ruin it anymore,
because the American public, these casual fans that we're talking about, I love my wrestling fans, but they're not gonna get this. This is a little too new.
Anyone does, man.
What I don't understand is why can't we just decide which one is a face in both places?
Correct. We're doing an America versus Mexico thing, and in this day and age, we're doing an American versus Mexico thing with a European and an Olympic gold medalist from America.
It's so whack, man. It is so whack, right? Man. And what the hell are they doing? What the hell are they doing with the bloody the two cronies, mate? It makes it even worse, man. As far as I'm concerned, oh my god,
and Butch.
Yeah,
and they're trying to do the Hispanic, the Hispanic speak, man.
I know, Rebecca. It will make sense if they put. Well, the thing is that
it not making sense. I don't mind it being frivolous and kind of silly. I don't mind the silliness, but at the same time, like people don't understand. When I stopped watching WWE as a kid was when Sergeant Slaughter started being pro-Iran or whatever that crap was. I didn't like it. The race baiting nonsense storylines just to create villains. I'm not for, because it's using the purient hatred of Americans and weaponizing it, and people don't understand how dangerous that is. That's how Nazism started. That's not okay, even for me in my entertainment, even when I know it's not real. Especially, and I don't like that they're intentionally turning this into America versus Mexico at this sensitive, volatile time in our country. It's not worth it for my entertainment. I love Chad Gable as a wrestler. I love him as a wrestler. And Ludwig Kaiser, Marcel, whatever the fuck, as Grande Americano has been a joy. Absolutely love it.
And it's been accepted by us in this country.
So
and
let's do
embrace.
something fun with it. I don't have any problem with having fun. I don't have any problem with the mass versus mass with the Americanos things. But the fact that we're now intentionally making this America versus Mexico, we're going for the USA chance, we're going for the hatred and all that stuff, while Brody
Sorry,
King
man.
is over on the other
I'm going
show
to cut you off, bro. I'm going to cut you off. Is it really the hatred, though? Is there really the hatred in the gimmick of the storyline? Or is it just like, a bit of... It's not so much insensitive, is it? Because they're not really like slurring anything. There's no like real racist sort of
it's not
content
that,
to it.
It's playing up the nationalism on both sides, so that what you
To a
have
degree,
in Mexico
but, like-
now is Mexicans.
Okay. I'm
hating
gonna
Americans.
hold on. We don't have time for that shit over here. That's only on that side. Like that's the nationalism and all that shit. We don't care because over here we're having fun. The problem is that for you guys, everything turns into this.
Yeah.
That is the fucking problem. That is the reality.
I just don't dig that. Like I'm
no,
Are
that's
they-
bullshit. That is absolute bullshit.
Are they intentionally trying to do that, or is it just happening organically?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
It's
I don't
not
think
organic when he's doing the cheap pop thing for the live crowd.
so. Right.
Yeah.
When he's doing the hey, wink wink, I'm not going to speak Mexican, but I'm here to pop Madison, Wisconsin. Like, come on.
Yeah.
That's
I
pretty
think you're taking it out of context a little bit, man. I honestly do. It's like you can take it like as a competitive
Actually,
sport or whatever.
saying Mexican is very offensive as a language. It's just that's not
right.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that he's pushed it that far yet, but it's pretty close. Man, that
It's getting,
promo
it's getting there.
What?
that commercial break
As
promo
opposed
is
to
pretty close.
those old gimmicks that you were talking about, like Sergeant Slaughter, and even like when they played like Nikolai Volkov and like the whole Russian sort of Soviet thing, like that were a
That
bit more
Italian
insensitive,
guy
I
they
guess.
made a terrorist.
Hey, what was that?
A lot.
That Italian guy they made a terrorist, but then what? 9/11 happened, something happened, and then like, oh, we gotta. Then Undertaker
That's
legit just
it's
told
a
him
little
in
bit
a
different.
show, and
It's-
he fired him.
Times
I
have
mean, they
changed
made
a little bit, man.
But when Chad Gable does it, it's a stereotype. When
Thank
Ludwig
you!
Kaiser does it, it's actually paying
It's weird.
homage to the culture of lucha libre.
So
And I
okay,
don't know
You know,
how
he-
he was able to pull it off because he wasn't
He
supposed
should
to
be
pull it
selling.
off.
No,
He
but-
should be selling his voice more.
But
Like,
let me explain.
honestly-
Let me explain something here. What's happening with Kaiser's character, like Kaiser's version of it. So there is this idea in Mexico that we allowed as Mexicans that if you can be Mexican even if you're not born here. There's a lot of famous Mexican people that are not Mexican born, but they just embrace as part of the culture. Even our greatest, pop artist of all times, Luis Miguel, was born in Puerto Rico. So, or whatever he was born, because it's a mystery. But
Right.
anyways,
I mean, you
So-
guys accepted Vampiro, so
yeah,
kudos.
I mean that
He's a
okay,
good
perfect
artist.
point, right? So
Canadian.
there is these people. As long as you respect the language and you try, if you just make an effort to try, except like Bear, he doesn't make an effort to speak the language and say the words. We will be like, it's okay, you butchered the shit out of that. It doesn't matter, yeah. But then this
You do it.
motherfucker took it to another level and started singing in Spanish songs that
That was
we
brilliant.
represent. So I was like, okay, Mexican, fuck it. Now, if you
How
bring
good was
back
that?
Chad, if you bring back Chad, and then he's turned to like wink, wink, white nationalist power, whatever. I mean, I'm just saying.
You said
Yes.
what, Bear?
Sorry.
No, that was amazing when Kaiser was singing, man, like and doing it in Spanish so fluently too, man. That was and the crowd popped for that, man. You know, and everyone was singing along, and to hear somebody of his nationality, like you said, just fitting in with the traditions of lucha libre, and
Because-
like you said, that it.
Because now what I think is happening, and this is gonna get super complicated here. Bear with me and my English speaking. But what Chad Gable is doing right now is mask face.
yes,
Like, yeah,
like blackface except with a mask.
Thank you, brother. You can say I can.
I can
so
say.
that's
It's Black History Month. We can
Thank you,
talk
yeah.
about historical ramifications of that statement.
So this is minstrel now. So you see what the problem? The problem is huge.
Yeah.
They gotta, I hope we can clip this, Arturo. Please put all this.
Can I
shit
tell
on
you
the-
my other drop of the week, Tony? That was my
I guess
runner-up.
Yeah, we're gonna 2 hours now.
My
so-
runner-up, speaking of blackface, is
wow.
Kevin Nash.
Ah, man.
Big Daddy Cool. No.
Not so
He
cool.
stepped in it,
Big
bro.
He
I
did,
cannot
I
even
know.
tell you. So there's this thing
Saw
called
it.
the Buke, the BIWC, the Buke, right?
The puke. What the?
It's the Black Internet Wrestling
I get it.
community. And Kevin Nash got himself canceled. He called Javon Evans Mr. Bojangles and said he wasn't urban enough.
And so he dig deep like to like a specific person that I couldn't even remember, brother. Like that was crazy.
But why? Like Javon Evans is the closest to what the kids actually are like
Right
in
now.
the city right now. Like
Yeah,
it didn't
it's
even
true.
make sense.
Yeah,
That's why Kevin got blown up. It wasn't the comment. Like I've said similar things about other talent, or like when I felt like the New Day was shucking and jiving and I didn't like it or whatever. But the fuck? And Kevin Nash straight up said that he didn't like where Javon's character development was at. He thought he was a little too Mr. Bojangles and that he should be more urban. I don't even understand what the heck he was trying to go for there. And then he tried to explain it away. And I get the explanation. And don't get me wrong, Kevin Nash is a very liberal ally to the people. Like Kevin Nash got his black card back in the day, but it got revoked this week, people. I'm sorry.
No.
I don't know. I
Your
thought
card
Kevin
is
Nash
revoked,
had a
man.
really good statement. I think he did he did everything he needed to do. He made an actual apology that said
He
it
did.
was wrong and offensive. It wasn't one of those "I'm sorry if you got offended" things. He did all these things. He clarified what he was trying to mean with like looking out for him and like I just want what's best for him. This is what I meant in the non-offensive. I thought things through before I said it way. And then also he still put himself over.
Correct. 'Cause
So
he's Nash.
he did that. He checked all the boxes.
Right. And I'm not saying that Kevin Nash is canceled, but he definitely does not have his black card anymore. I'm telling you, yeah, I'm sorry, Rebecca. Like Nasty is just
We lost Comatose.
No.
they don't have Black History Month in Australia, apparently. So but again, I like Nash and I like the fact that he's outspoken. I like the fact that he puts his foot in it every now and then and he says some wild stuff. I've done the same myself. If you do enough of these shows like this, you're going to say something that you probably shouldn't at some point in time, and somebody's going to call you out on it. Just like Shane Taylor calling me out on some shit I said about Athena. Deserved every bit of it. And Nash
What did you say
deserved
about her? That was messed up.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Shut up,
Why you starting shit? and Nash deserved everything that he got. The Buke hit him so hard. He got memed to death in like 23 minutes. There was like 700 memes, and like every black person that likes wrestling had a comment about it. Did something, you know. It was amazing. I mean, Nash just got killed like that.
Okay, so I'm gonna finish with my well, you killed my only drop, so whatever. Yeah, well,
We're just like-minded individuals,
yeah,
man.
it's fine.
Here.
Yeah, WWE fix that shit. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna start killing it like the Dead Riders. Like I will. I don't give a fuck. This is too much. Anyways, my pop of the week is La Mera Mera Thunder Rosa is back in AEW, motherfuckers.
Thunder Rosa.
A lot of ass is gonna be kicked. No, I'm very happy that she's back. You guys know that, and just knows all the things that go into getting back in the ring after you get your bell rung a little bit. So
She did. She made a point to say she's better than ever right now.
Yes, she did.
That's smart.
And you know why she said that? Do you know why she said that?
Well,
because man, when you're a champion, you know what you do. You hype yourself up. Forget everybody else. You hype yourself up.
She did. She did.
Ali shit. Like, I'm a bad man. You come with it, man. You come with it.
She did that. Also, when Renee said, "You just got cleared today. Now you're back at it," and she said,
like, "No,
I've been cleared a long time," and they started talking.
Yes.
little dig though.
Yeah. Also, the beauty of live TV. You cannot edit this shit when it's happening live. So yeah, that's my pop. Look forward for this run. It's a lot of things to be.
Paul.
Huh?
I said I'm hoping she's in St. Paul. That St. Paul show. That's coming up pretty soon.
Man, I'm hoping she's on Revolution or some of these pay-per-views because she owes me money.
Man, I hope she comes to Australia.
I hope she's on Revolution.
Better hit the bonuses. Get me paid. I'm kidding. She doesn't owe me any money. Totally paid for everything I did.
Yeah, I hope she's in a lot of these shows. I know there's a lot. I mean, you know, the vlog and the podcast, all these people show her love. They just want to see, like, every time she will put out something, like, just people missing her on AEW TV. So now they're gonna get her, and I hope that everybody enjoys this ride and enjoys having her. I mean, you never know what's gonna happen. Of course, you know, you have to be in Tony Khan's mind, and that is very difficult. So yeah, we're hoping for the best. I just love that she's back. I think she's got that energy, and people are gonna they're gonna love it. They're gonna get what they want, man. They're gonna get La Mera Mera. She's, you know, it's always fun.
I really do hope she gets in the tag division a little bit. I really want to see that. I think be a great.
You know what happened this Sunday? You know what happened on Tuesday?
What happened on Tuesday?
Okay, so Maribel.
Yeah.
Maribel was like, "Are you a tag team? Are you a tag team wrestler?" And fucking Thunder lost it. Please go and watch that shit. She's like, I even had to be like, "Hey, can we get back on the show, please? Can we?" Because she's like, "What the fuck you mean, man? Hold it, that me and Holly fucking destroy this shit." It was amazing. You gotta go watch.
It's been like 2 years where the majority of her matches were tag matches.
Yes. She's it was
and mixed tags too. She had that other dude that she does a bunch of mixed tag shit with too. I mean, she's.
Well, she did was a tag match against Sammy Guevara one time.
Yeah,
that was.
And honestly, if you haven't seen any of Thunder's tag matches, go and watch some of them, because the way she controls the emotions of the crowd in a tag match, I honestly believe that she's better doing that. And she got really good at it during her last run too in singles, of like just knowing how to get those ebbs and flows. That's when you know somebody's a veteran, when they can lead a match. They can change up a spot, when they can slow it down to get that pop from the crowd or that reaction. But honest to God, she's even better at it in tag matches. So I really hope that they put her in the tag division, because I think she can bring a lot to these girls that a lot of them have never been in tags at all. So
like, I mean, and like, you know, Thunder Tits. I mean, that was a thing. It was first Thunderstorm, and then it was Thunder Tits. So that is an actual established tag team that exists in AEW. So yeah,
I'd love to see her fight her way back into that tag team somehow.
Oh, that would be fun.
That would be a great storyline.
That would be fun. Yeah.
Plus, there'd be a lot of kissing.
To tag with Darby Allin, I reckon you could do a lot with that as well. Like, as in like the theme and the gimmick behind it as well. I think that'd be a cool, like,
hey, that'd be a great way for her to finally get a coffin match.
There you go.
Oh God, please.
Didn't they just about kill him? Didn't they just kill him?
No. First of all, nobody has just about killed Darby. Darby has just about killed Darby.
Well, you can tell.
The last thing I saw him, I was pretty sure he died. He could come, like, Thunder could get him coming out of a coffin.
I think his goal is for you to say that every time you see him.
He's like the wrong man, mate. He never dies, mate. He's like walking paraplegic. He's the Walking Dead, literally. Like, nutcase.
There you go. Also, trios champion. Come on, man. This is like, I was
reigning,
like, why?
Reigning trios
champion.
Reigning.
Yeah, it's still. That's what I was like. Wait a minute. What? Why?
You know, they should. Once again, getting into the interesting thing, like, I don't know if they need like a mixed tag championship, but they should just make the trios belt intergender.
I don't, man. I've been loving the amount of mixed
Data will
tag
get
stuff
back.
in general that's been happening between AAA, which has been a major storyline down there. They've been doing a ton of it in AEWs just so they could do the Marina Shafir and Tony Storm stuff. And I really liked that. TNA has been doing a bunch of it. WWE has even been having a little bit of it recently. Like mixed tags, I think we're never going to
AAA
get
has
what
a
we had in Lucha
championship.
Underground, where the women are competing with the men on completely
That's
equal
the win.
footing. But at the same
I think
time,
that's the win.
let's at least get these mixed tags where we get it mixed up, where we can have a little bit of fun with it too. Like,
I mean,
it's-
it would also make the trios felt more interesting, and I'm just trying to. I want it to be more interesting. God.
yeah,
You
and like,
really
look,
do. You
nobody,
bring it back every week.
Or something at all.
nobody
Yes,
watches.
at least they're having a
Tarantino
match on
movie.
Collision.
Nobody watches a Quentin Tarantino movie and is like, "Oh no, a guy hit a girl," or "Oh no, that girl would never chop down 30 dudes with a sword." Like we
but
get the suspension of disbelief. Like the women can be superheroes that can kick the boys' ass every now and then, and
That's what sells it, mate. That's what sells it.
and a guy can hit the girl too. It's not necessarily abuse, and I'm sure it does trigger some people, but at the same time, it is in a fantasy world. Like if Natalie Portman grabs a lightsaber and she's in a duel with Dooku, like, are we saying that can't happen? And that's like promoting abuse among women?
It is promoting abuse.
Natalie Portman can grab my lightsaber.
Of Jedis and I don't
of Jedis.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I am gonna watch the whole bloody affair tomorrow, which is the Quentin Tarantino's original cut of the film. I've been looking forward to that. Gonna just camp in that theater with 10 of my friends, so we all gonna get to watch together. Thunder was supposed to come with us tomorrow to watch it because she would dress as
the
all
bride.
killer. But now she has to go and kick Julia Hart's butt for a couple of minutes in.
Well, what if Julia wins?
Let's not talk about this. Let's move on. Let's move on. All right, everybody. I think we have come to the end of the show. Please share, like, and subscribe. Follow all of us. You can follow me at Tony St. Allen. I can't even tell my own fucking handle. And you can find Justin Outlaw at Justin Harvey 75.
Justin Harvey at 75.
No,
And you can find Byron at Viron Fever. And
Veron Fever.
And you can find Comatose at Comatose and Bear at Bear Brennan. Thank you very much for watching the show. Please follow us on Instagram and just hugs and kisses to everybody. Thank you very much. I don't know what the end.
Stay calm and stay in the mix.
All right.